stand up, or you can stand around, Better keep your hands up, before you be a man down. I know what your plans was. That ain't all down. Better get them hands up, before you be a man down.
Welcome back to episode 86, Man Down Podcast. Jay, Zoe, Cash, Corey, and Mel. Share this to your feed, share this to your timeline, share it to any sports group that you're in or podcast group you're in. As always, we're streaming on all platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Please subscribe to us there. Subscribe to us on YouTube as well. And this show is going to be jam-packed. We're going to try to move along this thing because we got interview at the half hour coming up with former pro athlete. So we're going to do that at the half hour, but we still got to cover all this football that just happened and try to get some of that out the way, recap week 3, talk about some games coming up in week 4, and definitely a preview and talk about what's going on in the NBA with the finals and the Miami Heat and the Lakers making and stuff like that. Take the jersey out. What's up, Luther? Yeah, other than that, man, we can get this thing on the road. What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
I'm chilling.
Y'all quiet, man. Everybody, I mean, y'all.
I'm still trying to share it up on both my pages. That's why.
Yeah,
okay. I get
I'm
that.
making sure that it's on my page too.
Yeah, let me share mine too. Look, everybody quiet except Jay. Jay smiling over there, ready to talk. Jay, while we sharing this thing, hold on, dude. Let's get the news out the way first, man. Let's get what's been trending, out the way first. I know Zoe want to talk about getting fired. Go ahead, Zoe. Hit us with what's trending.
That's the first thing. And that's probably the only thing as far as news go, because we got a stacked show today. But the news, Doc is out of there in LA. And I in a group chat, I was discussing with the fellas right when they blew another 3-1 lead, whether this was necessary. Everybody has some points. Now that it has officially happened, 2 questions for y'all. Does Doc, who said he wants to continue to coach, get a job instantly, or that's the first question. Second question is, personnel changes soon come for the Clippers. What y'all think?
I think he's gonna coach in Houston.
He gets a job only because he's like the NBA elite. Like, I think he deserves a job? Not really, but yeah, he gets one right off the bat. He'll be coaching next year. Right. He'll be a head coach somewhere.
That's tough, Jay.
That's
tough, man.
As soon as he got fired, this was posted, right?
Him to New Orleans.
Yes, it was. New Orleans seek interest, and 76ers were the first 2 teams to reach out to him. So does he get a job? Obviously. I mean, of active head coach, he was one of 6, right, with an NBA championship. I mean, you can't knock that man for like the different dynasties that was presented to him while he was coaching, right? And I know a lot of people like to go down and say, "Oh man, he had all of these players in their prime." They'll say like, but what did those players, except for Kawhi and Ray Allen, and that was afterwards. Ray Allen had to join a super team in the Heats to get another championship. Like, what championships did those players or that talent of individuals win outside of Doc? Doc deserves another head coaching job. Doc is well above 500 coach. I mean, I just think he was just up in a bad place with players that was up on this. We're up in this resting. What they call it nowadays?
You really go bring up load managing right now?
No, I'm. You know what? That's all I have to say. I have nothing else to say.
What?
No. I don't know. I don't know basketball. I don't know basketball, man. I don't know
Come
basketball.
on, man. No,
I'm just. That's just things that he had to deal with throughout the season. I didn't say that led to them losing. I'm just like, if you want me to build the case for someone, I got to go through all of the actual facts, man.
They were
But
cooking.
if
They were
It
cooking
went on.
before
Okay,
the break.
okay.
But if you're saying, Cass, regardless of whatever you say, you're wrong. That's just the last time when y'all said about what's the head coach of, he's not a head coach of the Chicago Bulls. He was OKC coach, and I was like, I actually liked him.
Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan.
Ain't
Everybody
nobody
up here was like,
Donovan.
everybody up here killed me.
No,
Like, all
no.
right,
Ain't nobody kill you. We
No.
killed Billy Donovan. Look. This is my thing about Billy Donovan, and then I get the doc. With Billy Donovan, like or with the Bulls, you got Zach LaVine, who is a really, really, really good talent, man. He needs to start trending, right? You know, you don't waste that talent. So when you hire a new coach, you want to hit a home run, right? Billy Donovan, like you said, he's legit. It's just not a home run. Like, I think they could have went elsewhere to try to get that home run. It might be a base hit, maybe a double.
He's a solid double.
It's a solid double, right?
Yeah,
but you want to hit a home
stand-up
run,
double.
man. You get doubles and you can get a double with the Kings right now. That's fine, right? But you want to hit a home run when you got Zach LaVine.
I really want to know what Jay thinking, because he had the hand over. Jay was like, he's like, nah, Billy Donovan is trash.
That was Boo's ass intro. I fucks with it.
Hey, but with Doc, man, if you go fire a coach, you know what he did with underachieving this year. That's the type of fire you do. Like, what else does a coach have to do or not do to get fired? So I would have liked to see him stay on, but he has a trend. He has a trend. Like you know, he blew a 3-run lead when T-Mac was in Orlando with him. He blew a 3-run lead when CP3 was with him in the Clippers, and he did it again this year. So at some point, you got to say, okay, you have a pattern. You broke that pattern when you had 3 Hall of Famers playing with you in Boston. You broke that pattern, but then you underachieved with that team too, because you get them together and they probably got 4 years of prime.
You're just gonna
left.
say 3. You're not gonna give who you're not giving Hall of Famer to.
What, with Boston?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm talking about the 3 Hall of Famers that was there. I'm talking about the 3 Hall of Famers that was there. That was already established. Already established Hall of Famers before Doc coached them.
No, understood. It was just a simple. I wasn't trying to get. I had no hidden agendas with it. I was just saying you wouldn't say 4 Hall of Famers.
No, I wouldn't. No,
You don't say Rondo is a Hall of Famer.
He's a really good player and one of my favorite point guards. But just for the sake of this conversation, I was okay. They at least had 3 Hall of Famers. So if you say 4, then he really underachieved.
Understood.
But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with him getting fired. Yeah, I'm okay with him getting fired. But whoever they hire next need to be a home run.
Who's a home run that's available?
No, the perfect thing was said it today by was the light skinned guy that's always on Undisputed.
Chris Broussard.
Chris Broussard said they can do the same thing what the Raptors did by hiring Nick Nurse. Well, Nick Nurse was already on the staff, right? All they did was fire the head coach, move Nick Nurse into the head coaching vacancy, and they can do that with people that they currently have on staff. So who would you do it to though?
I mean, they got Ty Lue and Sam Cassell there.
Right.
I like Sam Cassell more than I like Ty Lue.
And I think that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna promote one of them. They're not getting an outside person to be the head coach.
Was Sam Cassell a Clipper?
Nah, he was. I mean, he might have played. He finished. He finished up with Boston.
Okay. I just can't remember what he did later on in his career.
He was the Bucks most of his career, right? With Ray Allen.
No, he was the Rockets with Ori Olajuwon for his first 3-4 years. Then he went to the Bucks in his prime, and then he went to Boston and got a championship before he retired, and then went into coaching.
Okay. I just couldn't remember if he was ever.
What you got, Jay?
Yo, Jay, your mic.
Yo, so I was gonna ask
you. I didn't hear what you said.
Did you see the breaking news about the Titans and the Vikings?
Absolutely. You're right. That is definitely worthy to be brought up. They stopped all football activities. Nobody getting let into any of their facilities because the Titans, I believe, had 3 positive COVID tests. I'm sorry, and because they had 3 positive, the team that they just played, which was the Vikings, they had to stop all operations as well. So, it remains to be seen. We have how they play it. Mel made a good point earlier, said the NFL ain't gonna stop, but some of the players might. And I think you might have a point with that because they're gonna get guys that can in the place of those guys who can't play, and they're gonna just keep on trucking.
Yeah. I ain't got much to say on that. It's just COVID, man.
And Monty Williams is not going anywhere. He got some bright young talent on there.
I think they're gonna lock him up. I think they're gonna lock Monty Williams up. But yeah, that was a good name to throw out there, Eric. But they're gonna lock Monty up, man. I ain't never called you Eric before. I always called you Smith.
That ain't knowing the boat with young team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we can move on. We can keep it moving because we got that call in in about 20 minutes. So
keep going.
Let's go ahead and go with Monday night, man.
Oh my God.
We start with Jay.
Oh my God.
Night.
Come on, Jay. We don't make us wait. Come on with it.
Of
It's
Kansas
funny because
City,
his face is stuck on that smile.
I told everybody. I told all y'all, man. I told all y'all that we was gonna beat them by 10. I said that. All y'all had to do was listen. I said, put it on paper. Y'all didn't want to put it on paper. Yo, shout out to Luca for the cash app. We really appreciate it. Hey, listen,
what you gonna do with the cash app?
Hey, man, look, man. I'm gonna take my wife wherever she want to go, man, and for $50.
He put a throw up emoji.
Hey, that was a hot 50. That 50 came before the clock hit 0 too. He came with that 50 real quick.
It had to.
Hey, man.
It had to. It wasn't like they was coming back.
That was the quickest 50 I've ever seen since John Starks was guarding MJ.
You can't laugh at your own joke like that. Like, come on, man. That takes so.
Hey, y'all remember when MJ used to show up and be like, "Hey, who guard me tonight?" 50. 50. Like, hey, nah. When Steve Smith told the story of MJ, and he said that when Jordan scored, he said 50, and then the next time he scored, he said 48. Then the next time he scored, he said 46, and he said by the third time he scored, he realized he was doing down. He was doing a countdown, and it was like, so did he get to 0? They was like, yeah, he got the 0. He called 50 on me and counted down to 0. He actually got to 50.
That's cold. That's just cold.
Michael asshole.
Y'all
remember it was somebody. He was at the free throw line and he just was looking at him.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah, Mutombo. He looked
at him and closed his eyes. I'm like, hey, close his eyes. That's dirty.
Yep.
That's arrogance. You mean to tell me like every point matters in the NBA game? You gonna close your hell no, man.
Yeah. But so week 3, we ain't got to recap everything, but definitely I expected a little bit more from Baltimore.
Yes.
They looked out of sync, man. Lamar Jackson did not look like Lamar Jackson.
You know what this remind me of?
This I'm listening.
I ain't gonna lie.
This remind me.
Dropped the touchdown.
Yeah, he did. But this remind, but he got it back to the other tight end a possession later, right?
He did.
But this reminds me of Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Like New England just had Peyton's number.
Yeah,
and he got to figure it out.
Yeah,
got to figure it out, man. So we lost Jay. He said it. He had some stuff with his connection, but we'll put it back in when he come in.
I really like, and it got to a point in that game last night.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on with mine too.
Kansas City was playing around. They were running
Yeah, they
trick
were.
plays. They smiling, laughing, doing
Yeah.
all types of stuff. And I'm like, man, this is the
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens. Y'all doing this too. It's kind of
And then
crazy.
Baltimore almost figured them out. They figured out that Mark Ingram wasn't gonna give them nothing, and then they started running Gus Edwards up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, Gus was averaging 9.8 yards a carry through his first 5 carries.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shoot, this dude doing something. And then next thing you know,
And guess what?
You could tell that the
And
key
guess
was
what
on
happened?
Mark Ingram. You could tell that it was, but they threw a little curveball in with Gus Edwards. But I mean, as soon as they closed it down to 7, I mean, and wasn't nothing, they turned it to a Patrick Mahomes show, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that
Well, so
defense
speaking
is
of quarterback,
real, bro.
I don't know if it's real, but they playing real right now. I don't know if the defense is real though.
They flying
They
to the
playing
ball, man.
Okay,
They are.
I go with that. I go with
They
that. They
are.
had a real night.
Yeah, they did. They did. They out of 3 weeks, then I had 2 real nights.
Yeah.
You know, because they did the same thing against the Texans.
So
Houston
I don't
had
know
the number a little
if
bit.
we played the Ravens or if we played barbecue chicken. I don't know what we played.
Well, Lamar said, you know, they right now they just are kryptonite. So I get it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
People teams will have to figure them out, and if they don't,
They so
Like, man, Pat Mahomes showed why you do not play man against them. I was like, we was just watching the game.
I don't.
And I was like, bro, why are you blitzing this team and playing man? I'm like, oh hell no, y'all need to stop that. No, all Pat Mahomes was doing was picking them apart. He would run out of the pocket and fling. Somebody was open. I was like,
He
all right.
was He was throwing to wherever dude blitzed from. He was throwing to that area. That's all he was
Right.
doing.
They
And he was
blitzed him.
just picking them apart.
What it was 45% of the plays he got blitzed, and look what happened. I was like, nah, man, y'all
Zero
can't
back.
do that. Huh?
Zero
Yeah,
sacks.
zero. See, and that's
0
I think
sacks.
Chargers is built to beat a team like that because they don't
Yes.
need to
You
rush.
don't
All
have to
you need
blitz
is Joey Bosa and Ingram on the sides, and they coming after them.
to get
so
after
you
you
can-
with the front 7.
Right. So you can actually play like a cover 2. You can actually play man and actually have your safeties play deep to prevent them to
Yeah,
the
have
track sauce, the fucking crack team they got. Like legit. Like I thought Baltimore defense was gonna play better than that. Nah, look, the track team beat the fucking football. Like it was the track team. Like y'all heard when the commentator had said Sammy Watkins is the slow guy and he runs a 4.3. I was like, the slow guy, right?
And that's insane that he's the slow guy.
Legion of Zoom. Legion of Zoom. Hashtag.
I like it.
Yeah, the boys too fast.
Cam
So,
Newton next.
hey, and so, I got to watch the Falcons and the Bears. I got to actually pay attention to it. Man, this y'all's defense. It's terrible.
yeah,
It's bad.
It's probably
I tell you what, though, they are really good at stripping
the
the
worst
football.
that it's
Punch
ever
stripping
been.
the
And
football. They good at that.
that's what they do. Like, end on trying to punch strip or get turnovers like that. But it's basic principles of defense. In first halves, they're very good. But when it gets to that after halftime, everybody, you know, they get lemon.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that they game plan. They game plan for Trubisky running the football, being able to be mobile and run the football. But then as soon as they threw that curveball, Nick Foles at him, it was.
So does Trubisky get back on the field this season?
Hell no.
Nope, bro. Nick, see, it's on the screen right now. Nick Foles for MVP for that damn team, because we know ain't nobody. The only 2 people in the MVP runnings right now is Russell Wilson and Pat Mahomes, and they're not hitting. They're like, I was gonna say something that probably would get us fucked. Like you throwing us off the cliff. You're waist level above everybody else right now. Like them 2 is waist level above everybody else.
So what you got A-Rod at? What you got
A-Rod,
Aaron Rodgers?
He's a 3.
14 touchdowns in 3 games now.
The top 5. They had ESPN had a top 5 MVP race today, and they top 5 players were Mahomes was number 1. Excuse me, Russ was number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes was number 2. Aaron Rodgers was number 3. Lamar Jackson was still number 4 even after his game last night, and Dak was number 5.
No, I don't know if you can be in the discussion being with a losing record, but we'll see. We'll see what happens from here. But
I agree.
Look, since we brought Dak up,
mm-hmm.
Let's Jerry Jones got he do a lot of interviews after the game. I think he got a little radio show too
on the KRLD at home. Yeah.
This is a long rant.
All the time, like once every week or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a long rant of him saying some things. It started with him talking about Kansas City and their quarterback. Then he started talking about Russ and Dak and Romo. It's about 2 minutes. I want y'all to listen to it and decipher what he is trying to say. And we got probably about 8 minutes before we get that phone call. Decipher what he's trying to say, because it sounds like almost kind of like a diss.
Clicking at the Super Bowl champs, and they look like they've gotten better. The running back is outstanding. I watched him live last year at LSU. I was watching my grandson play him, and at that particular time, I loved him. I loved him in the draft. I was dreaming that he might get over into the second and somehow be around where we could look at him. But he's an exceptional player. They're running back. And obviously with their quarterback, who's, I think, at the highest level right now, because of his, frankly, as much as just his natural ability to make plays, his mobility. And this guy's very quick and elusive and can get in and out of situations with his feet and by time. The quarterback we played Sunday is of that kind of nature. He's very, has great ability to get in and out and then make the play. That play Dak made at the end of the game that got intercepted. The result of Dak's ability that let him get that ball off was really great and outstanding. Well, these guys do that. Have that ability a lot. They are very quick-footed, and they have the unique ability to possibly take their eyes away from the field for a minute and then immediately focus back and see. Romo had that. And so they can turn his back on it and turn around and hand-eye and get it done quick. And so those are things that show up, and that's what's showing up with these guys. They're buying time with their feet. They're buying time with their instincts and their feet.
Jerry, fantastic.
Dude, what is he talking about?
Well, is it me or
the
running back he was talking about was Hilaire? Is it me?
That's the running back he was talking about. He was talking about Kansas City at first. But
that's what he's talking about.
How do you take that if you're a Dak?
I'm gonna get your resume ready.
All right. I was like,
get your resume ready.
But
you have no home here.
He legitimately gave him a compliment and talked about his escapability, right? He was like, it was because of his escapability, which allowed him to put his team in a position to make something happen. So I have to take that a little bit more than anything, because
but that's how you cover up an insult. What did he say after that? No, he said, but these other quarterbacks like Russell and Mahomes are making this play a lot, but they also have the ability to put that, like he was giving him kudos for escaping, but dissing him on the actual pass, because he was saying that these other quarterbacks can escape and put their eyes on the field and make a play.
And that's that's not what he said. He said he's saying that those quarterbacks make those plays. Other quarterbacks don't even get out of the pocket where Dak should have been sacked.
That's how you took it?
That's exactly how I took it. And Dak threw the ball up to his 6'5" wide receiver. His 6'5" wide receiver just didn't make a play on it.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Well, that's exactly what I heard.
No. The only I would say the one thing that I do agree with Corey, he was saying that, Dak is one of few quarterbacks that can get out of that situation, because he actually can. He can get out of that situation. Dak is not a small person. So arm tackles is not just going to bring him down. But I do think if Trevor Lawrence is on the board and Cowboys is picking, Dak, you're gone.
Hey, you laughing? You talking about Trevor Lawrence? He told you who he's gonna pick in that interview. He named him first.
Who?
His grandson.
No.
So wait.
If you think that his grandson is the starting quarterback at the University of Arkansas, if you think that he don't want his grandson to lead this team, you crazy as hell.
No, I'm not knocking it. But Jerry won a Super Bowl. If let's just say y'all get the number 1 overall pick, which y'all shouldn't, but hypothetically,
that's not gonna happen.
Listen at me, Corey. Just listen.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all got the number 1 overall pick, so you mean to tell me Jerry's gonna be dumb enough to get his grandson over Trevor Lawrence?
You damn right he is.
Man, I don't think so. I don't think he's that dumb.
If you think his grandson, his own flesh and blood, or Trevor Lawrence is sitting there, he's not gonna pick his flesh and blood. You crazy as hell.
No, I'm
talking about Jerry Jones here.
Jerry said he would pay. Jerry is caught on film saying this. He would pay any amount of money for another Super Bowl.
Well, then why don't he sign a damn safety?
Look, that's not my problem right now. I'm just saying
any amount of money, right? Why don't you sign a damn safety?
Hey, that's y'all problem. Look, I'm not about to argue about the Cowboys. I hate y'all. Y'all people. Shit, I can't stand y'all asses.
So this is what I was gonna bring up. I feel your pain. In these 3 weeks, the Cowboys, their 3 opponents, their quarterbacks have a 126.8 quarterback rating against the Cowboys.
God damn.
126.8. On Sunday, the Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson, had 3 touchdowns of 35 yards or more. It should have been 4, but Trayvon Diggs made a great play to save him.
Metcalf made a dumb play.
Metcalf made it exactly. Metcalf didn't score, right?
Like Alvarez.
When you playing football in those situations, yeah, man, he's jogging with the ball like this, and he came behind him, hit it. But when you making plays like that, your defense is giving up booty cheeks like that. You're not finna win no football games, bro. I don't care who you are.
But he's a rookie though, so I can't put all of that on a rookie cornerback. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't. That's a lot. It's the same.
You got $100 million DN that is not living up to $100 million that he was trying to hold out for.
He's not living up to $20 million right now,
bruh. The person that should be getting that is Aldon Smith. It was that one point in the game, Aldon Smith was the only player up on both sides that had a sack. Not only a sack,
he was looking up
3 sacks.
Yeah, he is killing it.
He was looking blockable.
But if you look at it last year, it was the same thing with Robert Quinn. The exact same thing. Robert Quinn was the one that was running things.
If you look at it when he played inside of domes, he was a monster. It's just something about outside. Robert Quinn cannot play. Whenever y'all played a team outside, he was horrible. When y'all played the Saints, man, he gave us fits. He was the defender, the D lineman that he had like 2 sacks and like 5 hurries up on Drew Brees that game. It was something ridiculous
crazy.
that he had.
Something crazy. But yeah, I mean, the Cowboys, I mean, if you are averaging 30 points per game in the NFL, there's no way you shouldn't be 3-0.
Is it me or
I can't hear you, Mel? Mel, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm just talking away.
we looking at your mouth move, and I'm like, oh shit.
I know, right? I had muted it to take a phone call, but I apologize, man. But yeah, so we want to finish that conversation, but I do want to go ahead and introduce the person we're interviewing today, former pro athlete, played center, actually played for Texas A&M as well, and had a stint in the pros. Patrick Lewis, man, I appreciate you for joining us on the show, man. Everybody give him a round of applause.
Oh, man, I appreciate y'all having me, man. It's cool. It's a blessing to get my voice heard. It's a blessing to sit here and answer questions from y'all, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, no doubt, man. What you got going on nowadays, man? Tell us what you got going on since you've been out the league.
Right now, man, I just started my own supplement company. It's called Equilibrate Wellness. I got my first product coming up here real soon. It's actually called Equilibrate. It's It's a product that's go help with healthy blood circulation, mental clarity, focus, alertness. Man, you know, it's just an overall wellness pill, man. You know, it's a formula that I created, and you know, I'm excited about it, and I can't wait for it to hit the market, man. And I'm also I started a training, the offensive line training service called Blue Chip Athletics. I'm working on growing that, working on some apparel, man. So, you know, I'm just trying to stay close to the game and, you know, try to help people out at the same time, brother. That's all. Nice. Now, are you free agent status or are you done? You retired? Oh man, I'm free. I'm done, man. I hadn't officially retired. I hadn't returned in my papers or nothing, man. But you know, I still work out, still stay active. But you know, I'm not currently looking to play ball again, man. You know, I'm just kind of trying to move on now. Okay. All right. So I got a couple of questions, and then you know, it's 5 of us, so I don't want to hog up all the questions. But this anytime we get a chance to get a pro athlete, whether former pro athlete or current pro athlete, I always want to gauge what the biggest difference between when you played at Texas A&M in college versus when you went to the pros. What what was the big? Don't say speed, because we always hear that. Yeah, that's a given. Yeah, we always hear that one. But tell me about preparation, practice, you know, expectation, you know, loyalty, all of that stuff. Like give us the skinny on what we don't know. All right. When you make that transition, you know, fortunately for me, when I went to A&M, Mike Sherman was the coach. And we all know his history as far as being in the NFL, being the offensive coordinator, being the head coach for the Green Bay Packers. We already had that professional atmosphere. So he treated us like pros from day one. So here I am, 18 years old, being treated like a professional athlete on a college campus. So when I did get to the NFL, I was fortunate enough again to be in systems that I had played in for 3 years, and you know, the program was ran professionally. So I mean, it was all about being on time and staying on your play, staying on your assignment, being a good teammate. You know what I'm saying? Being accountable, being respectable in the locker room. You know, a lot of those things carry over anyway. But Coach Sherman running the program the way he did made a lot of people's transition to the league very, very easy. If you look at the track record at Texas A&M from 2009 to 2012, we got a bunch of guys that he recruited that went on to play in the NFL multiple years. Right. So you know that the preparation that we got there, we didn't win a whole bunch of games, but you know, the preparation that we got there was able to get us ready and, you know, be able to maintain on a professional level. But yeah, definitely the mental aspect of it. Like you say, just being held accountable for what you do off the field, because it's not like college where, you know, they can kind of keep grips on you. You know what I'm saying? When you got the dorms and you got the guys living in all the same apartment buildings and stuff. So it's a little different in the NFL. Once work is over, you know, it's over. Everybody go their separate ways. Everybody got different things going on. Some guys got families, some guys single, some guys do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So they do what they do. So, you know, it's just really being able to handle everything outside of football. That's the biggest transition for me, to be honest. Gotcha. The distractions, the money, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. What's the longest you been with a team? Like, what team was your longest tenure? I was in Seattle for I think 2 years, for 2 seasons. Did you get a piece of Russell? Was you there when Russell was there? Yeah. I actually got to start I think over 10 plus games with him, man. You know, tell me about Russ, bro. That's what we really want to know. Cause look, I'm big on Russ, man. Tell me about Russ, man. Man, Russ, that's a good dude, man. He's solid. You know what I'm saying? As an individual, as a player, as a good teammate. You know, I really don't have nothing bad to say about him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect, but he's definitely as good as advertised. And you know, tell me about his leadership. What is he like? Yeah. What is it? What? So me and Corey, you know, Corey's on. You know, he can speak on this in a minute, but we go back and forth a lot about Dak, and I'm saying, you know, Dak has a lot of not excuses, but he has a lot of circumstances that can fail him as a quarterback. But
in my opinion, Russ has those same circumstances, but he's making lemonade out of lemons, right? So
Right.
you know, I'm like, what is the difference? Because they got some of the same abilities. What is different in your opinion that separates Russ from Dak? Is it above the neck? Is it leadership? Is it something he's doing at practice in the locker room? Is it something he says? Like, what is he like in the huddle? All that stuff.
All right, so from that perspective, I've never been around Dak. I heard a lot of good things about him, but I'll give you this example of Russ, right? So something go totally wrong. Like just say sudden change, we down 14 points. He's gonna act the same way as if the score is 0-0. And you know what I'm saying? He's very uplifting. He's very like, hey, let's move forward. Let's get this done. Let's just execute from here on out. Everything else go take care of itself. So there's a belief system in him, not only amongst teammates, but in that organization.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why they gave him that contract, of course. I mean, I don't really know much about what Dak got going on, but you know, above the shoulders, Russ, you know, he just on it, man. You know, he's a hard worker. He always in that film room. You know what I'm saying? He sees stuff that most people don't see. You know what I'm saying? He's real smart. He's grown that way. You know, when playing quarterback in the NFL, man, it's tough. And you know, I was a center, so a lot of the stuff he had to know, I had to know as well.
Right.
But you know, the stuff that was on my plate was double on his. You know what I'm saying? So for a quarterback to be able to sit there and grasp everything that they do and no protections and no hot routes, no the signals to give, man, you know, it's a lot. So man, you know, man, he's just an overall good dude, man, good teammate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He even if it's somebody else's fault, he'll take the blame. You know what I'm saying? He almost like a coach on the field. Yeah. So a lot of guys look to him, a lot of guys respect him.
Did you see what he did on the sideline after Metcalf blew that touchdown last game?
Nah, man, I didn't even get to see it,
bro.
I didn't even get to see it.
Did you see the highlight when Metcalf blew the touchdown though?
I saw that. I saw that, but I was out training kids during the game, so I missed that one.
Yeah, so I'm watching. I'm watching body language. I want to see what's gonna happen because I got Russ in fantasy, so I was like, I want to see how he gonna respond to this. He went over to Metcalf and I couldn't really read his lips what he was saying, but I think from the body language he was pretty much saying, "You owe me. You give me. We'll get it back. We'll get it back." Right. And sure enough, Metcalf got the game-winning touchdown, man. That's my last question. I'm gonna open it up for the rest of the panel, but because I talked to you all day about Russ, but I'll let everybody else get in.
I'm gonna go last.
I'll go. Yeah. Okay. I'll go next. So Mel's right. We go back and forth. This Corey, by the way, we go back and forth a lot about leadership and accountability. Something funny, right. Cass?
Russell Wilson makes caviar out of chickens of the sea.
Oh my God, you so silly.
That's what Lamar said.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
So my whole thing is offensive line play, and being an offensive lineman. How important is offensive line play to an offense and the success of the offense?
Man, it's the driving factor. And look, I'm not saying that just because I play O-line, because man, you got to think about it. If you're not opening up holes, if you're not protecting long enough, then none of that gets done. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it all starts with the guys blocking up front. I mean, and it's really the only position where you got to play collectively as a unit, where all five guys have to be on the same page. When I mean on the same page, I mean exactly. Everybody got to know who we working to. We got to know how we gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta remember how to step as far as technique, how to punch. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different factors that the offensive line can play. Because you look at Seattle, let's say from the times where they're saying the O-line was the Achilles heel of the team, and Russ was back there. You know, he had to do a lot of improvising to score points. You know, to make things happen. Well, you look at the upgrades they made over the past couple of years, you know, getting people in and out of there, you know what I'm saying? That's how they do. But you just look at it and you just see, okay, the team got better as the O-line got better. And the same exact thing on defense. If you don't have big bodies up front to take the big guys on offense off the linebackers, you know what I'm saying? Then you won't be successful. If guys just freelance and get into the linebackers and the D line ain't no use, then it's like, okay, they can't get nothing done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If the D line ain't getting no pass rush, it's all on the DBs. DBs can't cover forever.
Let me ask you this: pass blocking and run blocking, which one you like better?
I like run blocking, man. You know, I like run blocking. I want
physical.
I want to get down and dirty. I want to put my hands on it for sure.
Yeah, every offensive
man, I rather run blocking, man. I used to hate when, man, we'll start a game off and it's a pass play. I'm like, God damn. And then it'll be like the Rams or something. You got Aaron Donald across from you. It's like, oh, look, listen, bro. We need to slide this, coach. Slide the whole line. This ain't it.
So tell us about Aaron Donald. That was actually my next question, because you played in the same division with him.
The by far the best D lineman I've ever seen in person. I've ever gone against, and he's small, man. He's not big at all. I probably was the smallest O lineman in the league when I was in it. I mean, as far as height, being like 6'1", but he was shorter than me.
Mm-hmm.
But man, when I tell you, it looked like somebody literally drew that guy like action figure. Like you could see his abs through his jersey, but he 285, 290 pounds, just solid muscle, bro. And he just so strong and fast. It's kind of unreal. It's like he could play running back, and he probably won't miss a beat, man.
That's crazy. And the crazy thing about that, because when I watched him at Pitt, I thought he was a chubby guy. And was it just the way he wore his uniform, or did he?
He transformed.
He transformed. That's what I thought. He was good. He was good, but he was chubby at Pitt.
Yeah, he was, man. You know, you get that first round money. Said you could pay for the chef. You get you know what I'm saying? You get the chef. You get the best of the best, man. So shit, he did what he was supposed to do.
Investing in yourself, right?
See,
I'm gonna say it was like the first year he came in, and you could tell his body hadn't changed, but anything beyond his second year, for sure, you saw it. Like you saw that, you know, you see, like if you look at his workouts, you see how he take care of himself, how, you know, with the meals his chef prepare for him, how he eat, how he train, man. You know, that's why he the best football player there is in the NFL, to be honest.
Dang.
You know? Yeah. I can honestly say that.
Speaking of best football player, I got this theory, Patrick. You know, like every time somebody says something about the GOAT, they only talk about quarterbacks. And my GOAT list don't mention a quarterback until like number 4. I mentioned Jim Brown, I mentioned Lawrence Taylor, I mentioned Deion and Jerry Rice, and then Joe Montana at 5 as the first quarterback on my GOAT list. You played pro ball, so from what you see, why does everybody think the GOAT has to be a quarterback, and is the GOAT a quarterback to you?
To answer the first question, I think it's only because they get the shine. You know what I'm saying? Face of the franchise. Wherever you go and you the starting quarterback, most likely you the face of the franchise. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's why.
Unless you Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, unless you Mitch or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, all due respect to him too, because I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Once you get up there, everybody is good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even the worst of the worst at that level is the best football player on any other field in America. You know what I'm saying? So it's that, and you know what I mean. But I also don't say the quarterbacks are the GOAT, because man, if you don't have weapons around you, you can't do much. You can't do much, man. You gotta have receivers that get open. You gotta have O linemen that can keep you clean, and shit. You gotta have running backs who can, you know, move the chains too. But when you talk about I can't just pinpoint saying a quarterback is the best ever, because I mean, even when you look at Tom Brady, he got 6 Super Bowl rings,
right?
He got 6 Super Bowl rings, but shit. You take Belichick from him, and you separate them two, and you don't really know what you got. You know what I'm saying? Over the course of time, because you look at it, Tom Brady is a nickel and dime quarterback. when you sit back and think about it, he can go deep on you, but everything will be dropping off. You know what I'm saying? First downs. You know what I'm saying? He always had a solid team,
right?
And he always took less money so he can have a solid team.
True.
Right. I got you, man.
So, but when it comes, I mean, I can't even think about who I would actually put on that list, man. There's been so many. When you talk about just overall athlete, though, right now, that's a hard one. It's so many. It's so many. But I ain't even gonna lie to you. Josh Gordon is probably the best football player I've ever seen with my own two eyes in real life.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah, I can say
I can see that, man, because even him taking his little hiatus, right? He came back. He was the same cat. I mean, there was nothing different. Like he was just better than everybody. Yeah, but he was better than everybody.
Dang,
better
That's
than
crazy.
everybody, man. It's crazy. Like the stuff I've seen him doing, and I was in Cleveland my rookie year. So when I was there, man, the stuff, and he don't say a word, bro. I might have heard the dude say about 2 or 3 words the whole year.
Yeah,
he don't talk.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to talk with an edible in your mouth, but you know,
I don't know nothing about that, man. But he, you know what I'm saying? Like just from an athletic standpoint.
Well, it's official. Josh Gordon will never come to the Man Down podcast.
Oh man, he'll come, man. We got weed, so.
I got a question.
Boy, you're stupid.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Hey, real quick, man. You talked about your transition from being a pro athlete to being an entrepreneur. What inspired you to go that route? And the second part of that question is, which one is more difficult for you?
What inspired me to go that route? Well, I tried the job thing, and it's just really it ain't what's up, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I respect everybody. Don't get me wrong. I respect everybody. I respect my mom, my dad, everybody who worked the job. You know, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But when it's constantly like people telling you to do stuff that you really don't want to do, it just irked me over time. Like it really did. Like, you know, and it really just irked me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to be in a position where I could like control my own destiny.
Right.
But I will say being an entrepreneur is hard too, because everything is on you. You know what I'm saying? The execution, the just getting stuff done in a timely manner, you know what I'm saying? So you can keep making money is definitely, you know what I'm saying, a tough task to do you know, alone, you know. So you just gotta take the issue is just really trying to find that same love and passion that I had in football and just driving it to something else.
Right.
That's the difficulty that most NFL players face when they done playing football. Because like you think about it, man, I've been playing football since I was 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm 29 now, so I stopped playing. My last football game I played was in the AAF last year, 2019. You know what I'm saying? So I was 28 when I stopped. I was 28 when I stopped playing. That's 20 years dedicated to one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for a lot of dudes, that transition is tough and shit. I'm gonna be honest, like even for me, like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, struggling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to figure out what's next, trying to find your place in the world, because it's 2 different worlds, bro. From when you in that world and then you come out and then you trying to get into other stuff where you fighting people who've already been doing it just as long as you've been doing what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
it's just really trying to find a lane and trying to find what that excitement that make you want to pop up out of bed 4-5 o'clock in the morning if you have to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So AAF team calls you right now and they say, Pat, we're coming back next year. You going?
Shit, I might, because you know what? Like, it's not. I just might, man. Because I said, look, I told you I stay in shape, but like, it's just
right.
It's just, man, like when you done playing the game, it's not really the shit you put your body through. I could curse.
Yeah, you good,
man. You good.
If I get too passionate about it, I start cursing. I'm just making sure. So if you like when the stuff you miss about the game when you're away from it, man, they don't really be like you beating your body up, practicing and stuff. Of course you miss that, but you miss the camaraderie, man. You miss being in the locker room with like-minded
all the time, man.
You know what I'm saying? With like-minded individuals. You miss the plane rides after the victories. You know what I'm saying? You miss trying to rebound after a loss. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I mean, like I said, all that stuff can apply to real life, but ain't nothing like
being in there with teammates,
that atmosphere, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing that what you love, you know what I'm saying? So that's what you miss most about the game. You know what I'm saying? The camaraderie, the locker room, stuff like that.
Corey is a quarterback. He used to play a little semi-pro as well and some college ball and all that stuff, man. He told me the same thing, man. The camaraderie and he also said he liked the showers. He missed the showers.
That's part of his camaraderie.
That was part of my camaraderie.
I was blind when I went up there.
He said when you twirl that towel, you know, you do that towel and then you pop somebody on their behind. Corey said he used to like that part about the locker room.
Boy, you stupid.
Hey, Patrick, we got time for a couple more questions before we let you go, and then we go finish our show. Next time we have you on, man, if you don't mind, man, stay for the whole joint, man, and you probably join the stream as well if you want to.
Man, I'm down with that, man. Y'all just gotta let me know. Just give me a heads up.
Bet, man, easy day, man. But I'm gonna let Zoe and Kaz get the final questions before we close out, and then send us the information for your product as well, so I can throw that on our Facebook page and.
When it's all up and when it's all ready, man, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know for sure.
Okay. All right. Bet. Sounds good.
Zoe, your mic is off.
Turn. Oh yeah. No, we can't hear you, Zoe.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Hello?
We can hear you, Zoe.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we got you.
Okay, cool. Tascam, man. I had to make sure it was straight. Yeah, man. I was just listening, and I was actually doing some research, and I heard your the AAF story that you kind of saw the writing on the wall before things started happening. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Man, it was a lot of sketch stuff that was going on. First when we was in camp, every team was in San Antonio. Just every team. So all 10 teams were in the same city at different locations, practicing, living in hotels and stuff. They was real slow about getting us our money. You know what I'm saying? So like they was real slow about paying per diems. We all knew that the league was owned by one investor, which is a big red flag. You got 10 teams, you got one guy investing.
Got you.
So they were slow with the money. The first 2 weeks of the season, man, we didn't get paid. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really get paid, and we were supposed to get paid every week. But after those two first games, you know what I'm saying, they started paying us what they were supposed to. Everything was on schedule. Mm-hmm. But it was always like a hiccup or two that happened. I'll say, for instance, like they had to stop using the service of the bus one time or something like that. What else happened? It was just like guys was getting stuff reported to their credit about like medical about the physical we all had to take in San Antonio and stuff like that.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, things like that. And then when somebody else had to save for us to get paid for those first 2 weeks, somebody had to come in. An investor came in, the guy who owned the hockey team. He's actually from out here in Dallas. He came in and put the money up, and that's how we was able to pay for the 8 game season that they had. Him being a big investor, but we also, when it was all said and done, once they shut everything down, they also had the technology app. Because see, the guy who actually started the AAF, that's what it was all about. If you ask me, I just kind of think they just kind of used us as pawns to actually see if that app was going to work, the gambling app. So it was an app where you can gamble on just about anything. Or if this next play will be a run or pass, when they left, when they went right.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like they put, yeah, bro. Listen,
I downloaded the app.
Like technology and everybody shoulder pads and stuff. You had to wear these shoulder pads and things like that.
Wow. I remember them saying stuff about that.
When it was all said and done, and when they shut it down, like you could just tell, like the coaches. I had a real cool coach, man. Like hell, he was from Louisiana, he from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And he would always joke about the shit. So it was like, man, this shit go. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really expecting. It was like a week to week thing for me. Like it was like I'm not. If they shut it down, I ain't gonna be surprised. You know what I'm saying?
So that jump was pretty much the Fire Festival.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a fire festival. It was a fire festival. But I ain't even gonna lie, that was the most fun I ever had playing football ever. Like if you in the league, I feel bad for anybody who had to go back to the NFL after that, because in terms of fun. The NFL is a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have fun, but the AAF was like, shit, we ran the show. You know what I'm saying? Most of us had played in the league or whatever. So shit, some of us knew more than our coaches. You know what I'm saying? It was just fun, man. It was fun. And we made good money while we was there too. So it was straight.
Wow.
It was straight. But man, yeah, it was nothing but a show just to make sure that gambling app worked. And once I feel like they figured out it did, watch, you gonna see this gonna be in the league in a couple of years. Like
that make a lot of sense.
It's gonna be in the league in a couple of years, and it's gonna be that same cat. What's his name? Charlie Eberson.
I'm about to look that up.
I'm gonna definitely look that up.
They had chips in the balls. They had everything.
Yeah. It's crazy. Pick what the next play was gonna be, and I'm like, why? What is the purpose of this? But then I started looking at the how big the betting game was, and I'm like, and now just with the information you tell it makes perfect sense. They were testing that app.
Just think about it. Don't you sit at home and be like, bro, I bet you they run the ball next play.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And who wouldn't put $5 on nothing like that? You know what I'm saying? Like it's fun gambling, bro. And like that's what I'm telling you. When they come up in the league in a couple years, don't be surprised.
I ain't gonna be surprised at all.
Don't be surprised.
And you heard it first on the Man Down podcast, man.
Yo,
well, we groundbreaking today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bruh, I haven't heard your voice like talking since forever, bruh.
How long your cousin called me before he called you?
Nah, he called me earlier to say what time. Damn, man, I'm like, let me just live, all right? Let me just go with it, you know.
My bad.
I had the little sentimental WB beat in the background. Like, damn, man, you done ruined the moment. You ruined the moment.
Yes, true.
I know. But anyways, Pat, bro, seriously, since you've been in the NFL, what relations or who is the person you would say you became closest with?
In terms of just anybody?
Yeah, anyone, friends.
Where Russell Wilson put his hands in his balls every play. I would probably say Russ.
Man, I wouldn't even think it. Like I wouldn't even think it. I spoke with Ryan Tannehill one time. When he got drafted to the Dolphins or whatever, and he had made his Twitter. So I followed him, but he didn't follow back. So I sent out a tweet. I was like, damn, bro, you can at least follow me back. You had your hand up my ass. So I was like, damn, bro, you can at least follow me back. But, man, to be honest though, Kaz, I have to say my wife, because it was early on in my career. So I started out in Green Bay, and I had my first daughter. She 8 years old now. She was 1 when I was in Green Bay. But I ended up getting cut from Green Bay, getting signed to practice squad, but then I got claimed by Cleveland. So I got claimed to Cleveland. I went there for a whole year. I moved them up there with me. So Cleveland cut me and put me down on practice squad. About 2 weeks later, I got a call from Jacksonville saying they got a great opportunity for me. Now I'm young. For me, it's just about, in the league, bro, you got to find a way to get on the field.
Exactly.
So when you're on practice squad, you can go to any team that call you and they want to pull you up to the active roster. So Jacksonville was like, man, we're going to pull you up to the active roster, and we actually want to give you a look at a possible roster spot because our center is retiring. So I'm like, all right, cool, this is an opportunity. So I just say, man, look, we gotta leave. I gotta leave. So I pack up my stuff. I leave. He had to stay in Cleveland. Well, while I'm down there in Jacksonville, she up there packing up the house. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't have to do this by herself, her and the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Packing up the house. And then so I get to Jacksonville. Jacksonville cut me. Seattle claimed me. So here she is again, got to pack up everything we got in Jacksonville by herself.
Dang.
And then there's the trip part. I end up going back to Cleveland. Because Seattle cut me. And they wanted to sign me to practice squad. But I was like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna go back to Cleveland because I'm familiar. You know what I'm saying? I was there last year.
Right.
Yeah.
So she packed up everything from Jacksonville. We sent it to Cleveland, bro. And it's a crazy story. I swear. We in Cleveland, and I'm on practice squad. And I'm just thinking, like, damn, you know what? I probably should have stayed in Seattle. And I'm mad as hell. I'm watching them on Monday Night Football game. We all sitting on the sofa, me, my wife, and my daughter. And my daughter, she 2 at the time, but she great memory, could talk, intellectual, all that. So we watching the game. She said, Daddy, what happened to the Seahawks? I was like, oh, it didn't work out. So, we here in Cleveland. Man, I bullshit you not. I cut off the TV. We go to sleep. I get a call at midnight from my agent. He was like, man, what you doing? I said, shit, I'm sleeping. What you think I'm doing? And he was like, man, Max broke his foot. Max was y'all know Max Unger, the center for the Saints.
Yeah.
He got traded from Seattle. He broke his foot, and he was like, I got a call from John Snyder, who was the Seattle GM. And he was like, I think they go sign you. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, they you gonna have to leave at like 5 a.m. It's midnight. I wake my wife up. She was my girlfriend at the time. I wake my wife. I'm like, hey, we gotta pack all this shit up again.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't let her. I was like, I can't let her do it alone again. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just get up. And my car was still packed from moving from Jacksonville.
Wow.
So I packed up everything we had up in that little apartment, put it in the car, and got everything aligned. Shit, by 5 a.m. Shit, I was on a plane in Seattle with all the shit packed up. And man, she had to do some more stuff by herself. And then we was in Seattle for 2 years after that. So I definitely say, oh man, she held it down for real.
Yeah, she definitely did.
That's she the MVP.
Yeah, she's your wife for a reason.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
For real, man.
All right. So you was talking about the hardships with the AAF and the pay. Have you ever looked into the XFL?
I did, man. I got drafted by an XFL team, but I didn't. I decided not to go when I was seeing what they was paying, and when I saw what they was paying, because I was like, man, when I was playing in the AAF, I was playing hurt mostly the whole time. So it was like, man, that shit uncomfortable. I was like, I don't want to have to go through that for that pay. But to be honest, when I look back on it, I probably should have still went because, man, like I say, man, once you stop, I mean, when you play ball, bro, and you try to go do something else, it really ain't what's up. But I mean, fortunately, I was doing something else because the AAF got canceled. I mean, the XFL got canceled due to COVID.
Yeah, sure enough did.
Yep.
Well, hey, they got backing by The Rock and somebody else now. So
yeah, but do you trust it?
Yeah,
do you trust it though? I mean, with them coming back, I wouldn't trust it, man.
Man, I wouldn't necessarily trust it either because, like I say, it's just one investor.
Yeah.
Now, what they could do is all those teams in a different city have somebody either buy half of the team or go in. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it that way so they can have multiple investors, man. You got to think about it. I was talking with somebody the other day. They were saying if you do it that way, it's just much better for the league because you think about it. If the Cleveland Browns owner mismanage the team and they go under, they ain't got nothing to do with Jerry Jones got going on with the Cowboys.
Right.
But if you got one owner and he mismanaged one shit, he mismanaged the whole league.
The whole league, you right?
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So what they should do is if they're gonna do that, they should have investors, big time dudes with big money come in and buy those teams. That would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Your boy The Rock, he playing his role off of ballers. He ain't playing. Whole league though. If y'all watch Ballers, he doing exactly what.
Right. What else?
Yeah.
I watched the first 2 seasons like that on deployment. I watched the first 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. All right. And my last question for you:
Yeah.
Who you got as your top 3 MVP picks right now in the NFL? Have you been keeping up with football?
Yeah, I have.
Who's your top 3 front runners for MVP right now?
Russell Wilson, Pat Mahomes. Who would be my third? Let me see. I can't really think of a third right now. I can't think of a third person who just balling out, but them two for sure.
Yeah.
Them two for sure right now. Just that off the top of the head. Them two for sure. I can't think of a third person. If y'all can help me out, then I'm
thinking Aaron Rodgers.
ESPN got it.
Yeah.
ESPN has it. Russ, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, still Lamar Jackson, and Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
You see how this is always quarterback centric, and Aaron Donald sitting right there, the most dominant on the field, and not even in the conversation.
Did you see how he picked up Zeke with one arm and dropped him on his head?
I did.
No, y'all didn't see how he little boy. What's his name? Freeney Lash. I mean, what's his name? Your running back, Zoe Freeman.
Oh, Freeman. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that shit when you picked him up like that?
Carried him. Like a baby.
He was like,
like a baby.
Like a baby.
I told y'all that dude belong on the Marvel series or something, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he'll beast. But look, Patrick, we're gonna go ahead and let you get up out of here. We're gonna finish the show. We got some topics we got to get to, man. We appreciate you coming by, and don't make it your last time, please, man. Save my number and subscribe to us as well, man, because we talk about some legit stuff on here, man. So
I will do, man. I appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, give it up for Patrick Lewis, man. Hey, brother, we appreciate it, man. Thanks.
All right, y'all.
Good interview, man. Good interview. I like that.
Great one.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. I mean, they had to move like that so much, man. That's
I was gonna say it sounds like a military family.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No defensive players, man. Like, I mean, Aaron Donald is he's worthy to get that type of look at MVP, man. Like, come on.
He is consistently beating double teams. It ain't like it's one person blocking him. It's two on him.
Nice.
And
it's never one person blocking.
Yeah, it can't be.
No,
it can't be one person not blocking him.
Two ain't doing a great job either. Like, not 60 minutes.
I'm tired of like when you watch Undisputed and you hear Skip Bayless like he didn't have no sacks against the Cowboys. I'm like, bruh.
He manhandled the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, it's tough when you're being double and triple teamed, like,
and he was still moving people like out of the deep job ain't exactly just to get sacks. That's more of the edge and the linebackers when they send those exotic blitzes.
Right,
he is taking up space and handling two people while doing it. He blocking holes.
He's doing his job.
That's exactly, Cash. Right. That's his job.
Yeah, if their team ends up with some type of winning record where they in a discussion or they're contending, I'm giving all the credit to Aaron Donald on it. I mean, there's no Todd Gurley. Jared Goff has proven that he's not that guy. Even their coach that we thought was a freaking genius, he's proven to be just slightly
flaws. We've seen flaws.
Yeah. So Aaron Donald is the dude. He's the dude there. And if he take this team to some type of contention, he's in the conversation for me. I'm putting him there above Dak. I'm putting him there on the same level as Aaron Rodgers. Not anywhere near Wilson or Mahomes, but he's probably even with Aaron Rodgers as far as impact for his team.
Yeah,
my opinion.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Nah, I gotta give Big Perk the dumbest thing on there.
No, yeah, Perk's definitely the dumbest person on air, and Skip doesn't look like a skeleton, but he does look like Judge Judy.
They got the same haircut for sure.
Yeah, they look exactly like, man. I
thought that was
now that's him. I think he put that gown on and going.
They said that shit about
himself.
Huh?
You think he do that himself? As him, Skip Bayless is Judge Judy.
Yeah, I really think that's Judge Judy, man.
You know, they say that they be saying that about like what it is, Young Ma and Lil Bow Wow. They say that's the same person.
Boy, you stupid.
No. Is it Young?
No,
not Young Ma.
Lil
Ma.
Lil Ma, whatever the hell her name is.
Lil Mama.
Lil Mama. My lip gloss is popping. That looks like Bow Wow.
Shut the hell up. I know y'all talking about now. Y'all stupid.
All right, so let's do this. Anything else y'all want to discuss for week 3 before we start picking these games?
Fire Dan Quinn.
I want to talk about one thing that's completely off subject that I read earlier today.
Week 4 for week 4, Jay. Oh, Jay gone. All right, go ahead, Corey. I'll pull it
up. Y'all see where Mark Cuban picked up?
Oh yes,
I did.
Bro, that's a real dude, bro.
Delonte West picked him up personally. Went and picked him up and put him in rehab.
That right there that's what it's about right there.
Yep.
Like Delonte, like this dude had made at least 30 mil while he was up in the NBA. I'm gonna say a good 30-20 mil.
I don't think it's gone. I just think that there's something mentally wrong where he's just separated himself from his life and he's just doing
a lot of drugs.
A lot. Because I don't think the money's gone anywhere. I think people might have cut him off from his own money and he's just trying to get out there and get some money to do whatever he gonna do. But
yeah,
Mark Cuban went and looked for him. Mark Cuban said he'd been looking for him for a week and he found him.
Mark Cuban, he got some good qualities to him.
Bro, Mark Cuban, once that inequality stuff happened, he was the first NBA owner. He was the first NBA owner that I seen do anything. He was the first. Yeah. Mark Cuban, to me, like, if it was an owner that I would want to play for, I ain't gonna lie, Steve Ballmer is bro. You seen how he introduced Kawhi and playoff P?
Yeah. Don't call that, man.
Bro, Steve Ballmer is this man, like, he's the owner. He's like, come on, bro. I was like, bro, dude is amped, and he's the owner. Mark
Cuban don't even sit in a box. He sit in seats like halfway up with the fans because he want to be closer to the fans.
He's a billionaire and he's sitting with commoners.
You think they're the 2 best owners in basketball?
That's just my opinion.
I'm asking.
Yes, hands down. Steve Ballmer and him are the 2 best owners up in football. Think about like what Steve Ballmer just had to overcome. Probably the most outright caught on film racist owner in the NBA. So you got to get somebody that got to be above and beyond that.
Yeah.
And the man, I don't think dude has one racist. That's just my opinion of just what I see. I don't think he has a racist bone in the body. When you got $70 billion in your bank account, why the hell be racist? Nah. Like, when you got $70 billion, like, I don't care about no race. I got a lot of green.
It's in them. I own them, no Cass.
You say what?
The ones that are racist, it's in them. Like, it's
right. No, you're right.
Yeah,
I think like him and Bill Gates was best friends, and Bill Gates is a hippie. We all like. I don't know if you kept up with the story. Was a weed hating Harvard, and he dropped out of Harvard. I know people keep saying he dropped out of college. He ain't dropped out of any college. The man dropped out of Harvard. All right, so he dropped out of Harvard and started Microsoft. Steve Ballmer was one of the individuals that he put on. Bill Gates is worth like $120 billion, and Steve Ballmer is worth how much? Just think, if this is off subject, but I'm gonna be quick. If that man wants to be an asshole, Bill Gates, he could have never hired Steve Ballmer, and all of that money would have been for him. And how much richer he would be over Jeff Bezos. That's just one thing I wanted to put. But yeah, man, Steve Ballmer and Mark Cuban are my 2 favorite owners.
I feel you. I'm gonna go with MJ though. I mean, he's just a cool dude, bro.
Hey, MJ, you get out of line with MJ. MJ slapping his players on the back of the head.
Hey, bro. Hey,
get your ass in there.
When you Michael Kidd Gilchrist or you Steven Jackson or somebody, and you playing for the Bobcats or the Hornets, and the GOAT come down and he ain't got them daggone Deborah Cox boots on. How did you get here? With them bell bottoms, he come out in some shorts and some.
It's not bell bottoms. That's just 12s. He got the boot cut.
Right, yeah, them boot cut with them. How did I get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. Deborah Cox boots, and he come down in them 12s and say, "Let's play 1-on-1." Hey, that's the coolest thing in the world, right there, bro. That's the coolest thing.
Yeah,
and they hoop on your ass too at 50.
Give you buckets.
Yeah. And I think he did Kemba Walker a real solid. He was like, "Look, you got game. I know you love here in Charlotte, and Charlotte love you back, man. But you wasting your prime. I'm letting you go, bro. I mean, because I'm not, I can give you this money, but ain't nobody gonna come play in Charlotte. So you just go have this big contract, and you go struggle. And he actually sent him to a good squad. What?
I just hate that though, man. Like, why the NBA has to be like, oh man, this guy is here, he's wasting his time. Oh, he should go in. Like, if that's the case, why don't we just have 4 teams? I really hate that. I hate that. I hate that people are always talking about team up in LA or go to Boston or go to Golden State. Like, nah, man, that takes away the competitive edge. Like that's why right now I can't say LeBron is the GOAT because of what he did. I'm not taking anything away from LeBron's actual play on court, but it's because what you say, sir?
Are we about to get into this right now?
We gotta make these picks.
We gotta pick out week 4 and then we'll get into it, man.
It was down. You already know. Man down. The group has been heavy this week with conversations about this. I'm talking going crazy. Man. So we try to open a whole can of worms.
I looked at one. It was like 97 comments, and the post has been up like 35, 40 minutes. I was like, "What the hell is y'all talking about?"
Boy, you touch a nerve with that, man. And we gonna get it. We gonna get into it before this is over. But let's go ahead and get these picks out real quick. Jay, you got it or I got it?
Wait, who said?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
The Thursday night game: Denver Broncos at the Jets. Who cares? All right, Sunday game. I'm not even looking.
I'm gonna say the Broncos. I'm gonna say the Broncos just to answer the question. Broncos.
I'm gonna say Jets because the Broncos on their 13 quarterback.
Yeah, but they actually got a defense.
I take the Jets. They might win one.
Bro, this might be another tie.
It might be. It might be. It might be.
I'm with Jay. I'm not picking this one.
Hey, you got
Thursday night football.
For the hell of it.
Thursday night football hates football.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what it is.
No. If I got to pick, I'm picking the refs by 5.
That's fair.
They'll cover.
That's fair. They'll cover that.
All right. Sunday, got the Colts at the Chicago Bears with Nick Foles.
Bears.
I'm gonna go Bears.
Yeah.
Bears.
I'm gonna go Bears.
Hey, y'all see what the coach? I know it was against a subpar team, but did you see how the Colts defense was playing?
They did. They were playing. I had to think about it, but I thought Colts. I think
one of the best middle linebackers in the NFL.
Oh, you said a Colts?
Hey, I'm going Colts. I'm going Colts.
I'm going Colts.
I might put him top 5, but I'm not gonna say it. I think y'all middle linebacker. I would put y'all middle linebacker above him.
I wouldn't because he can't stay.
Here's why the Bears are going to lose. They can't go 4-0.
And and speaking of Bears, I'd rather Roquan Smith.
Mm.
Give me Roquan Smith over him.
I don't know about that, but go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, y'all ready for the next one? Jaguars at Bengals.
Bengals. I'm gonna go Bengals. I'm gonna just go Bengals.
They gotta get a win. The Bengals gotta get a win. They gotta get a win.
Yes, I believe in Joe. Joe, I believe in you. I don't care what Luther says. I believe in you.
I'm going.
I'm saying the coach bet 50.
Throw 50 out there.
I'm going with Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm going with Cincinnati.
Ask Luther how betting 50 go when you do it right now.
I'm gonna go Cincy.
I'm going to say the rookie get his first win this game.
Yeah,
I'm going Jacksonville. I'll be up another game on you guys. Browns at Cowboys.
Dallas. Cowboys. I'm gonna go with Cowboys.
I can't trust Baker Mayfield.
You know what?
I do, but I tell you what I do trust. I'm gonna tell you what I trust with the Browns. We was talking about this at work today. I do trust Nick Chubb and y'all's are running back.
That is Kareem Hunt.
I do trust them.
That's a tough one, bro. Because I mean,
Cowboys can't stop a sink with a faucet. They can't.
They said they can't stop a sign, huh?
No, they can't.
I'm going Browns.
That's a good pick, Jay. But I'm gonna go safe with who. I mean, the person who screws up the most is Baker Mayfield between him and Dak. Right. I think Dak. The Cowboys got a good squad, and they just went to the last second against the MVP of the league.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going Cowboys.
They got listen, man.
You just gave that back. You just gave that game back. Appreciate that, Jay. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, Jay. Yeah, we back. We back in.
But I'm still up too. But it's cool. Saints at Lions.
Saints at where?
The Lions
at Detroit. Saints going in the hood.
Yeah, Saints because
better win this goddamn game.
Where Django at? Django in here tonight?
Yeah, Django was in here earlier.
Okay.
He was in here earlier. Look, Kaz, how you feel about all of us? Finally, Emmanuel Sanders and Drew Brees look like they got on the same page last game.
They're not on. I'm gonna say this: the Saints are 5th since 1970 in penalty yards allowed through 3 games. We can't beat ourselves, right? No team. You might be better on paper. You might actually have more yardage on paper, but when you got to back up 15 yards, when you got to back up 10 yards, when it's an automatic first down, when it's a pass interference and it's a spot call on Henry, bro, it's the Saints need better coaching.
I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
I'm calling out Sean Payton because, bro, you're supposed to be one of the best. I'm calling out on Sean Payton up on that one. I'm not.
The magic is gone, or his message has gone stale amongst the locker room.
Bro,
I think him and his quarterback's message have gone stale amongst the locker room.
I've been saying Drew Brees is. He's my favorite Saint of all time, but it's just I think it's time.
Hey, notice how it's a little different with after he said this little thing about the flag, and then on top of that, people say his arm is he ain't going deep no more. Now I don't know if it's all. I don't know if it's that, but if you notice, the offense only goes through Thomas and Kamara. Only, like he's not even trying with Emmanuel Sanders.
That's what it is. That's why I can't no longer say it's because the Saints don't have a number 2. No, Drew is not creating a number 2.
So let me ask you this. If you had to take a quarterback right now, would you take Matt Stafford or would you take Drew?
Matt Stafford.
Then I'm picking Detroit.
I understand. I understand.
Wow. I like
That's
that.
Tough.
Wow.
That's tough. Detroit did play a good game last game, though.
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford still can throw 80 yards without a question. The man still got a cannon. Drew Brees.
When's the last time that Detroit won back games?
Look, I'm not a Detroit fan, so I don't know.
Oh, no idea. Don't care.
Exactly. But
if y'all like,
the answer's never. I'm taking the Saints.
Hey, if y'all like Detroit,
game. I appreciate that.
If y'all like Detroit, hit a thumbs up real quick. If y'all don't, then hit a heart. And I'm doing that strategically because every time you give a thumbs up or a heart, the algorithm, it helps us out, and then it helps more people see us. I got 1 thumbs up right now, y'all should it should be at least 10 in there.
One thing I'm gonna say about Matthew Stafford, Sean Payton was actually trying to draft him.
I believe that.
Yeah, no, he was, but the Lions took him. Sean Payton actually liked Matthew Stafford on.
I don't want him to finish in Detroit. I want him to end up going somewhere where they go utilize him.
You know what? What I would like to see is Ben Roethlisberger retire and him end up in Pittsburgh.
Mike Tomlin liked big arm quarterbacks. He was blessed to have Big Ben.
Mm-hmm. But Ben looked good this season, though.
That offense making him look great. That with the running game and those intermediate.
Yeah, but to be accurate.
Like he definitely looks good, and that defense is playing well too. So
playing good football.
Juju
finally showed the hell up.
Exactly, and this is the year we talk so much trash about Juju in the fantasy draft. Y'all remember?
Didn't nobody even draft his ass? They got him now. I went and looked for him. Trust me.
Yeah. All right, Jay. Let's move so we can finish this up and then get to this NBA Finals and then Jay. Hey, it's still storming over there, Zoe?
Yes, man. It was lightning early. I was wondering whether or not that I was going to be able to make it, but I think it's starting to slow down now.
Okay.
So
is that hurricane still in the Gulf?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, go ahead, Jay.
Yo, it's something crazy going on over here. Next, we got Pittsburgh Steelers at COVID Fest Titans.
That ain't gonna. I don't even think that's gonna be a game.
Bro, yeah, so I'm gonna just pick off of the strength of it. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. Man, their defense is lights out.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
Bro, their defense.
And I didn't want to believe in them, but I'm starting to now. You know, we getting into week 3, week 4. They showing some consistency on defense. They stopping.
Hey, man.
TJ Watt is his brother.
Hey,
yeah.
Tennessee apply a lot of pressure to quarterbacks. I'm going with Tennessee.
I get you.
That's true.
AJ Brown's still out. Shit, man.
They just get a ball to Derrick Henry and just let his big ass run.
Oh man, I love AJ Brown on my fantasy football team this week. All right, never mind.
Yeah. Speaking of fantasy, I'm 3-0.
Next 4 games.
Speaking of fantasy, I'm 3-0 too.
Michael Thomas, that mother
at the Miami Dolphins.
Seahawks.
Oh yeah,
Seahawks.
Nothing to talk about.
Chargers at Buccaneers.
Oh, Bucks.
Yeah.
Bucks.
Is Tyrod Taylor's lung healthy?
Nope.
Man, I don't care who they got. Bucks.
Tyrod is that man. He's gonna get his opportunity.
No, Justin Herbert is that man, bro. That dude is good.
Okay.
What?
Ravens
is gonna be in Chargers. I mean, in LA.
Ravens or who?
Football team.
Ravens. Football team don't even have Chase no more, huh?
I think I'm gonna go. I hate to backtrack, but I think I'm gonna go Chargers.
Over Tampa
I'm not mad at you.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
That front seven for the Chargers is something serious.
It is.
And Tom don't like to get hit.
That's what I was looking at. That front seven, if they can get to Tom and get him to move his feet, then I think that they could create some problems for him. Now, it's gonna be difficult because he's still got a lot of weapons, but I think I'm gonna go Chargers. And Jay said that's why. I heard you too, Jay.
That's why you're in the bottom right there. All right. Cardinals at Panthers, man. I'm gonna leave Zoe alone.
Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals. Vikings at Texans. The battles of the
0-3
unwinnables.
I don't really think here. I don't know.
One team's quarterback is head and shoulders over the rest. The other team's wide receivers are head and shoulders over the rest. Make your choice. What do you want?
No,
that's rough, man. That's rough.
I'm gonna say Minnesota.
Yeah, I gotta go. I got.
They got the weapon.
I gotta go Houston.
And that boy, he looked Justin Jefferson 8 this past week.
I just dropped him a couple of weeks ago too.
What? He didn't get drafted?
No, I had him. I drafted him.
I was about to say because I would have drafted him.
Yeah, I drafted him, but I couldn't wait for him to come along. I thought he was gonna come along around week 6. So the first 2 weeks he didn't give us nothing. So I was like, man, you know what? Let me find somebody else, man. So
they drafted Stephon Diggs replacement. Did the exact same play.
He showed that this past week.
Yeah.
But
I'm going Houston though.
I think I'm gonna go Houston.
Yeah, me too. I like Kirk Cousins.
If Houston, I tell you what, if I'm gonna hold my pick because if Houston end up signing Earl Thomas this week, then I'm gonna go Houston.
He is going there for a meeting.
Yeah.
Gosh, I want Earl Thomas.
Hey, I like Lamar Wallace. Yeah, man. Shout out to Lamar Wallace. But all right, next we got the Giants at Rams. I'm going Rams. Nothing to talk about here.
Rams.
Rams.
Yeah.
Next,
we got the Patriots versus your world champion Kansas City Chiefs.
this is gonna be a good game.
I don't think so.
Man, are y'all stupid? Hold on.
I learned my lesson this week. I ain't betting against that dude.
Wait, I didn't say I'm betting. I'm going with Kansas City. I just said this was gonna be a good game. That's all I said. You got to remember.
Oh, no, I didn't want to stop all y'all from one loss. I wanted to stop everybody.
No.
I didn't want anybody to just get mouth wrong. Zoe would pick the Patriots.
No, you got to think, man. The Patriots.
My boy said Pats.
The Patriots are without 4 of their starters on defense, not to mention their starting middle linebacker, which I think is the most important position on defense. Like, no.
They've been without them the whole season, and they seem to be doing just fine.
Yeah. Tell that to Seattle how he was cooking stuff on Gilmore. Cooking.
I'm going KC.
I think they beat Seattle on the last. I think Seattle beat them on the last play of the game.
It don't matter. They still got that L. Hold that, sir.
You're right. You can hold it all you want to. It's different on how you hold them, though. You can reluctantly take it, or you can just get it poured in your mouth. They didn't get it poured in their mouth.
It don't matter, bro.
It poured in their mouth.
Yeah, that didn't happen,
bro. You could. All right, you won, Corey.
I say KC.
Yeah, everybody KC. Yeah. Bills at Raiders.
Bills.
I'm taking Buffalo.
Bills. Josh Allen is the surprise for me this far in the league. He is.
I like him, man.
Yeah.
He doing the same shit he did last year. I mean,
not throwing, running.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's Trayvon Diggs now. Yeah, that's different.
Well,
that's
I would have thought Calvin Benjamin would have made a difference. I would have thought.
You talking about Benoit Benjamin?
He's 6'5", 280. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do with that?
Right there, you're a real basketball head. Benoit Benjamin.
He said Benoit Benjamin. You stupid.
Benoit Benjamin, man.
All right, man.
I didn't pick. I didn't pick.
This is gonna be
huh?
We know you're gonna pick the Bills, man. That's your squad.
That ain't my squad.
Come on, why are you taking so long?
Raiders can bounce back.
Yo, no,
it's rough.
Lamar, you're right. I think Josh Allen right now, how he's playing, no pun intended, is like the white Cam Newton in his third year in the league.
He took the words right out of my mouth.
Absolutely. I'm not mad.
It's close. Cam is more accurate than him, but I mean, as far as
they both are throwing 80 yards.
Physical, as far as physical dominance, you know what I'm saying? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Next game. Oh wait, Mel, who's your pick?
Nah, Mel, he didn't.
Is he? Oh, he froze.
All right.
I was gonna say he go to sleep. He froze. Look, he looked funny. I was like, why is he so still?
All right, next game, man. Eagles at Niners. Sunday night football.
Niners. Yo, is Jalen Hurts starting this game? I seen like breaking news floating.
I think that what they're gonna do is he's supposed to be implemented in series, like
certain packages.
Like they're gonna have packages for him now. Like he's going to make his way on the field this week. I wouldn't have told nobody that, but that's what he's gonna do. This.
Now we can game for a running quarterback to be on the field.
Yes.
Well, the Monday night game. The Atlanta Falcons,
the Packers.
Damn.
Don't pick the game before I even announced it.
Yes,
he said the Packers.
We're not gonna beat nobody, man. Mentally, we're not there. We're not gonna win games until we can actually win a game. And going against Aaron Rodgers ain't the one.
Hey, and the coaches lost the locker room, bro. They need to make a change.
I think Mel said it perfectly. He said his message is not conveying over to the team. It's almost a given. They were making jokes. We were up 26-10. They were making jokes already. Hey, the Falcons got a double-digit lead, just in case anybody was wondering. And sure enough, what did we do? Exactly what we thought we was going to do. We gave it up. We're not going to be able to do it.
That's
and the thing is, bro, it's like
that's coming. That's coming from a diehard fan too,
right?
It hurts to do it, but I'm being real.
I think it's either Atlanta or the Cardinals with the best receiving core in football. So y'all have the weapons.
Listen, the offense is not the problem. If you are scoring points,
hold on, Corey.
I'm listening.
Hold on, Corey. I take that as disrespect, Cass.
How you take that as disrespect?
Oh my God, man! Y'all got a bunch.
You do not have a receiver on your roster that's a top 5 receiver. They arguably have the best receiver in football. The 2 best receivers in football, in many eyes, are Julio and DeAndre Hopkins. And then you would have a conversation for Michael Thomas as well, which I'd say Michael Thomas is number 1. But scratch that. The top 3
conversation, it's definitely a conversation.
How many? Man, Tyreek Hill didn't even have 1,000 yards last year. Man, the guy is fast, but no, I'm
fast.
I'm taking DeAndre Hopkins any day of the matter of fact. I'm taking Odell Beckham over Tyreek Hill any day of the week. Yes, Odell Beckham ran a slightly slower 40 time than Tyreek Hill. Odell Beckham ran a 4.31 and know how to run the full route tree. The full route tree.
Well, let me ask you this. How many Super Bowl winning teams has Odell Beckham come back?
Bro, that's the same. No, it's no real quick. It's the same.
I knew that was coming.
Bro, it's the same. You know what? You're right, Jay. You won. I'm still taking OBJ over Tyreek Hill. Like if Tyreek Hill right now got traded to Kansas City, you can cancel any plans of anyone else winning the Super Bowl for the next however long Odell is going to play with them.
All right, let me ask you this, Cass. I want Tyreek Hill.
I'm taking Sammy White over Odell every day. Sammy White. A lot. Believe it.
No,
it's not.
In every aspect, Odell is a better receiver. Route running, speed, hands.
I'm giving
it to Odell. All right, then. You got it.
And Mecole Hardman.
Bro, Jay, you're just being facetious right now. Like you're not being real. I can't not take you serious. Odell Beckham is the most talented receiver in football, bro. Like
he's one thing. He's not the most talented in football, but he's definitely talented.
All right, who is more talented than him?
There's no wide receiver in the NFL that's more talented than Julio Jones. There's no
Julio
receiver.
Jones?
There's none.
Yes. Devontae Harris, Devontae Adams, and Odell are better.
Think about this, bro. Think about this. You 6'5", 230 pounds, run the same speed that Odell runs.
No, you don't.
And you got bro.
Julio Jones ran a 4.38. Odell ran a 4.31.
So we're talking about a 4.38 and a 4.3. We're talking about a 4.3 wide receiver that's 6'5", 230 pounds. No, come on, man.
No. We are gonna
be for real, man.
Nah, when you're talking
your
about
receiver, your receiver in New Orleans runs a 4.5 and don't do number catch slants, but you want to put him on the list too. Like, come on, man.
But that's an attribute that you want. That's the same. That's why they run a 40 times. All right. When I have an argument, I'm gonna bring the case up. I don't have that case with Michael Thomas, so don't bring that up like I have that case.
Said he was number one.
He was the most talented.
But talented and the best are two different things.
I understand what you're saying.
I said that Julio Jones is the most talented receiver in the NFL. He is. For that size.
That's your hold on.
Let me take this call. To be running around the field doing what he
does.
Hey, hold on, fellas. Let me take this call.
Not like
Corey, let me take this call.
No.
Call from
Dino.
Hey, what's up, Dino?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
I got to accept this bad boy. Dino, what's up?
What's up, man?
What's up? What would you want to say? You calling me from jail?
Yeah, man. I'm locked down, man.
Hey, what's up, man? I knew you was gonna call in on this football.
man, I want to get in this conversation on receivers, man. He said Julio is as talented as Odell.
Mm-hmm.
And Julio, he has the size. Yes, he has the size. Yes, he has the speed, but he does not have the elusiveness. He does not have the equally footwork that Odell has coming off the line. He has a physical presence, but Odell coming off the line is going to beat anybody, just as Chad Johnson coming off the line is going to beat anybody.
I see that. Julio can't get in the end zone for 3 straight years either.
I see that look on your face. So you don't agree?
You don't agree? Listen to what he's saying. He did not say Julio is a better receiver. Let's not get the two difference. Being a better receiver is different than being better potential. Like who has?
I know. We know exactly what. I know exactly what he's saying, Cass. I know exactly what he's saying. You're crazy if you think Julio Jones is not as talented as Odell Beckham.
He's
not. We know who the better receiver is. That's not a question.
He does not move the same as Odell, and that's just due to physical size.
Right.
He can't he can't bend and contort his body the same way Odell can.
Odell is having to make moves like that to get open. Julio is just going through people. You're not going to jam me at the line of scrimmage. Julio is doing that. Odell is doing that to get off the line of scrimmage. Julio don't have to.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
He doesn't.
Does it take more skills? Does it take more skills to run over somebody or go around them untouched?
Why? But if of course it takes more. I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. That's the argument. You're laughing, but I'm serious. Dude, the only thing I need you to do is get open. It takes you longer to get open if you sitting there dancing at the line of scrimmage like an idiot.
No, you know. Come on, you make
crazy.
one move
Listen, you're crazy if you think Julio is not as talented as Odell. That is insane.
Listen, when we're talking about talented wide receivers, this is what I expect from my wide receiver. We're talking about be able to catch the ball. If we talk about attributes, we're talking about running, we're talking about route tree, we're talking about catching the ball. Everything else, what's that?
Elusiveness too. I want to throw that up there
too. Yeah, we
you have to put elusiveness.
Yes, and I can put that. While I will say that Odell, I agree that Odell is more elusive, but every other box in that category, Julio is more talented than Odell is.
Hell yes.
He's running better routes.
Catching
the ball.
Routes? Are you serious?
No.
Running
Julio is big. Route running.
God, bro, are you serious
right now?
When they talk about Odell Beckham, you have never heard them call Odell Beckham like a freak. Like this is a freak of nature. There is nothing that happens like this. No, they don't. Because they don't even say that about DeAndre Hopkins, and DeAndre Hopkins is a better receiver than Odell Beckham.
He doesn't run. DeAndre Hopkins ran a 4.4 coming out of the
It doesn't matter. Jay Rice was the best receiver in NFL history and ran a 4.6. What the fuck does speed have to do with it? He gets open. He gets open. What the fuck does speed have to do with it?
Everything. That's why they test.
Come on, man.
I want y'all to understand when it comes
just because he's fast makes him good, Cass? Come on, man.
There's only one other receiver that they compare when it comes to route running. They're different, and that's Keenan Allen. Other than that, Odell Beckham is a top route runner in the league. What are y'all talking about?
Hey, Dino just made a good point, man. What did you say about what you just say, Dino?
When comparing route running, Odell is only compared to one other receiver, and that is Keenan Allen. You don't hear them talking about Julio Jones route running.
You must not be listening.
You must not listen.
You don't hear that.
Come on, man.
Let me tell you, look at Calvin Ridley right now. The reason that he's going to be 1,000-yard receiver this year. And the reason, and he will tell you the reason, is because Julio drilled him this summer in California on the route tree. When you're that big and that fast and you can run the route tree, you're going to be the better receiver. And I know that's not what we're talking about. But you cannot discredit because it's harder.
I'm not discrediting anybody. I agree. You know, Odell is more
I can give it to Odell. I've seen
skillfully talented than Julio. Yes,
I can name 5 receivers that are more talented than Odell.
This is what I think that's going on right here, and I'm gonna try to end it so we can move on. This is what's going on. Y'all speaking 2 different languages. It's the same. It's the same thing when we have our debates. What y'all call talent or more talented is different than what Kaz and Dino is calling more talented, right? So what y'all can't get it out of your mind how good Julio is, and y'all just don't want to say someone's more talented than him.
No,
for him to be that,
that's not the case at all.
But for him to be
that's
that big, but for him to be that big and be able to do everything that Odell can do, you're gonna give him the credit for being the most talented. But when I'm thinking, if you have a line of everything, what is agility, speed, route running, hands, leaping, all these things, and you put it all together, those are talents, right?
Exactly.
Those are talents.
And Odell might have won one of those that you just said.
When you think about it, Julio is not as shifty, not as elusive, not as agile. All those things, there's physical attributes and talents. Julio,
where it stops. The 3 that you just named, it's about 8 categories that I'm looking for in a wide receiver. Catch radius is one. That is talent to be able to catch the ball anywhere in the 6 feet to 8 feet area. Odell has elusiveness. Shifty and elusive is the same thing in my mind. He has more ability. And in my opinion, that's where it stops. Forget
he
that.
Got more speed. He got more speed too.
Julio ran a 4.3 what? What did Julio run?
8. 4.38.
He had screws in his freaking foot.
Not my problem.
Listen.
Not my problem.
Hold on. Listen, Zoe. So you just
4.31 is faster than 4.3.
Listen.
So if I had listen. It ain't your problem, but it's still flawed.
LSU wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. ran a 4.43 at the NFL scouting combine.
No.
Hold on, because we got to end it so we can move on.
I'm gonna take a picture
right there.
I'm gonna show you the combine.
I'm not listening to that source Corey just brought up, but listen. What I'm saying is
NFL. It's on NFL.com.
It's not
NFL.com.
Those things that you just named that Odell is definitely better than Julio in, it's no debate. When you're talking about catch radius, hands, route running, all that stuff is debatable. How do you even rate who got the better hands or the better or who has the, how do you rate that? That's all opinion.
Rate that?
That's all debatable.
Here's the nail in the coffin. And I've sat here and I was quiet the whole time. Talent will equal results. And in the last 2 seasons, since Odell got hurt, Julio's results are better than Odell's. What's the next step?
It's pretty simple.
Wait.
It's pretty simple.
Exactly what I was going to say.
All right.
It's regardless pretty simple.
Julio, regardless of what Odell
say. This time. Wait, what a time? Can y'all see it on my screen?
Dino, thanks for the call in, Dino. We gotta move though.
This is at the combine. This is at the combine. Yo, this is at the combine. Thanks, Dino. Can y'all see it? See it? This is at the combine. Corey, since you want to pull up stats, this is at the combine. Can y'all see 4.31?
LSU wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. ran a 4.43 at the NFL scouting combine.
Just how you reading some shit off of that? I'm reading it off of the combine results itself. The combine results right here.
If we going off
exactly, that's exactly what I was about to say. Odell made that one catch. He does that pregame catching stuff, and y'all all of a sudden thinks he's talented.
I think Odell is very talented. I drafted him.
How many times you done seen the brother take a slant 70 fucking yards?
How many times have you seen him get 2 catches for 14 yards?
I don't see Julio do that often.
You'll never do that with
Julio has like 6 touchdowns in a fucking season. So he don't take it he'll get tackled on the one. So
go look at your stats to say.
You know he's afraid of the end zone. You know he's afraid of the end zone.
And he still had how many yards last year?
Y'all getting me confused. I never said Odell was a better receiver. Like if I had to draft
this much attributes, if he has this many attributes over if he's this much more talented than Julio, wouldn't it deem some sort of results other than an amazing one-handed catch. No,
not necessarily.
This is why I would have loved to have Patrick on here. Another person that was in the league to tell you that is the greatest team. Like Matt Ryan won a league MVP.
Cass, we all know it's the greatest team sport, man. Come on, we're talking about an individual player and his talent.
It's a dependent position. It is a dependent position, like it or not. Is receiver not a dependent position?
You just said 2 weeks ago how trash Matt Ryan was. You were just talking about how he's a product of Julio Jones. That he's a product. You cannot do both.
You cannot say I said that. I had put Matt Ryan in the top 10 when we was talking about Dak Prescott. You remember when we had Dino on here? I did. I helped you out, Zoe. So when you want to say that, I'll put Matt Ryan in my top 10. No, so don't say me. That was the argument that we was having that you had with the guy that called in. Oh man, I'm done.
Hey, real quick, because everybody likes to bring up the fact that Julio doesn't get touchdowns. Now I'm going post-injury Odell. That's the last 2 seasons. Julio had 6 touchdowns last year and 8 the year before that. Odell had 4 touchdowns last year and 6 the year before that. He ain't getting in the end zone either, guys. So
yeah, who throwing to him? I mean, you can't go to that and draw a conclusion from it. Hold on, you can't go to that and draw a conclusion from it, because if that was the case and we start drawing conclusions to other receivers based on their circumstances, and we know they got some circumstances.
We just heard a man say no, we literally just heard a man say Tom Brady was the best football player he ever seen. Think about that. And where's his stat line at?
Okay. Yeah, we know hey, look, we're not even gonna play that game. We know why Odell Beckham is not getting in the end zone. The same reason why Jarvis Landry is not getting in the end zone. We already know that.
Do you know
we ain't gonna play that game.
Literally had a professional
quarterback. He had the same Eli Manning that he been had.
We're not gonna play that game, man. We're not gonna play that game. We're not gonna play that game. We're not gonna play that game.
You can't play.
Not even gonna play that game.
Play it with double and triple team every time. Stop with this lazy. That's a lazy narrative, y'all. That's lazy. He is arguing.
Julio doesn't get in the end zone, and he has more.
I said Julio before the argument started. I said the best 2 receivers, arguably, was DeAndre Hopkins. So y'all changing the narrative. Stop.
I'm changing the narrative. I'm saying that if you have talent, if talent is a thing, if talent is the thing, if you want to check the boxes on everybody that has the talent in the NFL as far as receiver goes, I feel like, and you can feel how you want to feel. I can't put Odell Beckham above talent-wise or best receiver-wise, either one of the two above Julio. Because
so just say
you keep saying best receiver. That lets me know you're. Hold on. That lets me know that you're fudging talent. You can have all the talent in the world.
Checking boxes. You can't base anything on. There is nothing that. Okay, let me make it perfectly clear. There is absolutely nothing in the talent box. If I'm going down what I look for in a receiver as far as talent goes, I'm not talking about the fact that Julio's a giant. I'm not talking about anything. There is nothing that I would put Odell Beckham in front of him except for shiftiness or elusiveness, whatever you want to call it. But and speed, just because he ran a faster 40 time. On-field speed and 40 speed is completely different, though. So even then,
so we not acting like the brother not fast on field.
No, he definitely is.
All right, that's all right then. Thank you, bro. I agree with you, Julio is arguably the best receiver. I never said that, Zoe. Let's go.
I agree with that. I cannot say, as a personal opinion, I just can't say. And it has absolutely nothing to do. I would say DeAndre Hopkins is just as skilled. And it's not because, it's not any bias against Odell, because I love Odell Beckham, and I thought that this year, and I still think that this year is going to probably be his best year in the past 3 years. But when you're talking about skill, the man can catch the ball. The man
all right.
That's why as an athlete is if you want to be considered this or that, you can't fall off and fell off for 2-3 straight seasons. So
wait. Not fellas, you see how close that was for the argument about football? Just think about when a guy record in the finals is 3-6 compared to a guy who's record in the No, I'm saying I'm just bringing that up.
It's a good segue.
It is a good segue. So let's go ahead and go to the NBA Finals, man, because we only got about 20-30 minutes left. Y'all want to daggone argue about two players for the whole show.
Julio, I'm drafting Julio before Odell. Like I don't know why Corey, you're not even a fucking Falcons fan, motherfucker.
I'm a Julio Jones fan though. I love Julio.
I do too, but I'm just keeping it real. All right,
NBA Finals. Heat Lakers. Everybody's saying the Lakers is a foregone conclusion. The fourth ring for LeBron. I even seen a roster picture of LA. Everybody held up number 4. I can't figure out what that 4 mean. Are they all riding and doing this for LeBron to get his 4th? I thought they was doing it for Kobe, but they all had 4.
Nah, it's 4 wins. It's 4 wins away from a championship.
Oh, that's what
all they need is 4 more.
Yeah, okay. All right. Good.
Nah, they were saying they about to sweep them 4 games.
Okay, I get it. So I see Heat in 6. Heat in 6. Heat in 6. Go
LeBron
Heat.
in 3. LeBron in 3.
Speak on it. Tell me why. Tell me why the Lakers get this, and you say why is it going to be a sweep, Jay?
And it's gentleman sweep. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. It's real simple. They don't got nobody that can guard AD or LeBron.
Could I say one thing?
Who you put out?
I want to say one thing to that, Jay. I see you, so I know you're like, you always say one thing. But listen. When a person say they're gonna contain AD, I'm talking about 25, 10, and 2 blocks. That's containing AD.
Yeah,
I think what defender is more laterally quicker to keep up with AD than Bam out of the bayou. Just name one that he saw.
I mean, you got a good point.
That's a good point.
But you already know what I always say.
NBA.
What that Wilson do though?
I know the NBA.
Because that's what I told. If Bam can't guard AD from the bench.
That's what I told Sheldon. If this is a equally officiated matchup, the Heat can beat the Mavericks. I mean, the Lakers. They can beat the Lakers.
First of all, there is no such thing as a officiated matchup. That
absolutely not with LeBron in it. Not with LeBron in it. Lakers no.
Yeah. So are the Heat good enough? Are the Heat good enough to overcome or a tilted series like the Mavs
shoot
did?
Well enough.
They do.
Right, and that's the only way you can overcome it. If you don't miss shots, in
a regular season,
do nothing to you.
Best 3-point shooting team in the league.
Yeah,
they shoot well enough too.
So they got some firepower. They play good defense. They play good team defense.
Play good team ball.
Yeah, they can play good team ball. So I mean, they got the pieces to do it. It's just gonna be rough, man.
Right, like y'all said it, man.
Welcome to Freight Train LeBron. He's gonna drive the whole every time, and everybody's gonna get in foul trouble. They're gonna Pat Riley gonna be in foul trouble. Everybody whoever in foul trouble. Listen,
I feel you.
Derek Stokes gonna be in foul trouble.
I like it. It. The right one was on the wall when they played the Mavs when he was with the Heat too. The right one was on the wall, so I like it. I like the load. I like to load it all up, and put the expectations up there. Hopefully the Lakers get it, because if they don't, the backlash from that is going to be something serious. It's going to be so serious. I'm not even going to include myself in it.
No, I'm not.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm rooting for the Lakers.
Right. So,
if the Heat win this series, I'm gonna say go Heat and just that'll be there.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
As the salty Pelicans fan, I'm rooting for the Heat. I am rooting for the Heat.
Yeah, I can understand that. The way AD left.
So here's how much money could the NBA make off of the Heat beating the Lakers on the year that Kobe died.
The money is already already there. Only thing they had to do was make sure LeBron got to the finals.
Yeah.
They just had to make sure he got to that. The money is already there.
Listen, man. Them boys gonna walk. They're gonna walk from the wide world of sports all the way over to Disney, man.
All right,
it's over, man.
That's a great question.
Over. Already, it's over.
DJ.
So who to blame if the Lakers lose?
LeBron.
It's LeBron, but you know it's going to be deferred to
everybody else.
Everybody else. Right. Kind of like how they do in Dallas Cowboys with Dak. Everybody else is to blame. It's funny you get that concept when it comes to basketball and LeBron, but you don't get it when it comes to Dak. But go ahead.
No,
it's not the same. Dak and LeBron are not the same person.
It's gonna be.
They're not the same person.
All right. So the media, so they can get headlines, they're gonna
try again.
They're not.
These dudes are terrible. Go ahead, Cass.
They're not. They're not even close to the same person. So LeBron,
try again.
LeBron, Dak is a big. If you telling me that Dak is a bigger figure as LeBron is,
hell no.
Then I'll take it.
Try again.
LeBron got like 50 million.
Don't talk. No, I'm done with that. Go ahead.
Yeah. LeBron got like 50 million followers up on social media. The man is globally known.
Yeah.
So like I think literally it would be shifted to the coach, because do you want the ball? Do you want Rondo playing point so we can actually see playoff Rondo, or do we want the ball in LeBron's hands? What, like literally, that's the coach's decision. So what would you do as the coach?
You got. I guess I don't know if watching enough of the film of Miami and what they do defensively can tell you how you're gonna play game one, or is game one gonna be a fill out game like round one of a boxing match? We'll see, but I don't think you know exactly what you want to do and how you want to attack until you know what you want to do and how you want to attack.
But just think about it. Eric Spoelstra, I think, has more knowledge on playing LeBron since he was in that system for 4 years and knows LeBron's trait. And when you playing the Lakers, you want to be able to stop LeBron because he's going to facilitate. That's why me as just
the weight of the series is not going to be on LeBron, man. It's going to be on AD.
Right, it will, but AD is going to get his points. I just said shutting AD down is him 25, 10, and 2. Like, that's shutting him down. I'm talking about, since Eric Spoelstra knows that LeBron will be a facilitator, why not just put the ball in the hands of Rondo? Because he don't know how Rondo will react in those given situations. But we talk about this a lot up in the group text. Can LeBron play off ball? I think he can, because just hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
I think LeBron could body up Jimmy by going down more so in the post and do just exactly what he did or does against Drew Holiday every time they play the Pelicans. He's gonna body up Drew every time.
Can I say something before Zoe and Jay go? Because they've been quiet. I'm gonna say one thing and I want y'all to respond to it, right? So there's always been a formula if you have the personnel for LeBron. It's a formula. Mm-hmm. That formula is what LeBron really wants to do is score and facilitate. And he's very dangerous when you trying to take away his scoring, and he was able to facilitate, because it ain't really much you can do to stop him from scoring if he's on. So if he's doing both, that's double trouble for your team. So the formula is to guard LeBron one-on-one with someone who's capable to slow him down a little bit, and don't double off all the others and let the others suffer, right? What ended up happening is LeBron gets 40 and only 6 assists versus getting 34 and 12 assists, and then you lose. So the numbers look great, but they lose. Now, do the Heat have the personnel to do it, and does their coach know that formula? Well, he was coaching LeBron when San Antonio and the Mavs used that formula.
That same thing, yeah.
Right? So does he have the personnel? Well, he can throw Jimmy Butler on him, but
don't forget
he can also he can also throw.
To get in foul trouble though.
Hold on, you can also throw Iguodala, who did this same formula in Golden State. You can throw Iggy on there.
You can throw Jay Crowder on there.
Throw Jay Crowder on there.
Yeah, right? Yeah, a bigger body. I get what you're saying.
So if you don't see LeBron getting doubled at all, and he's just getting his, and then Miami is on the other end hitting their jump shots, it's gonna be rough.
So wasn't Eric Spoelstra credited for a wall? Oh, my bad.
The question is, what's your pick, man? You said all that, but what's your pick?
I'm picking the Lakers because I don't know if I don't know because that formula for LeBron, he's never had an AD there with him. So I think AD can be the X factor. We just got to see if it worked. I'm interested to see the first game to kind of see what these guys are doing.
All right, go ahead, Cash.
Right. So wasn't Eric Spoelstra the ones to quote unquote develop the wall? That defensive stuff?
What these guys are doing.
Right. Wasn't it Eric's? That was weird because I had Melvin soundbite come through. But wasn't Eric Spoelstra the person that created the quote unquote wall?
He was one of those guys.
Right. So you don't think they will be able to create a wall potentially for AD as far as Bam and another like guy to like swing his way to be in? Let's just say because
AD can shoot though.
He can.
That's the difference between the wall for LeBron and Giannis. Well, go ahead, Zoe, because I wanted to respond. I wanted Zoe and Jay to respond to it since they have been quiet.
I agree with what you said, Mel. Like the tactic for beating LeBron is to if he's going to score, if you can put a body that's going to keep him out the paint, which is definitely the harder option. It's hard to keep LeBron out of the paint. But if you can do that and let him rely on jump shots because he's not the best shooter, or let him be that primary scorer and not get his teammates involved. I do think Miami is capable because even we saw what they did against Giannis, but like you said, Mel, AD can shoot the ball. But what was more impressive to me is what they did switching their defenses mid-play against the Celtics. They went from zones to 1-3-1s to the different defenses that they were being able to play. It screwed up the Celtics. It screwed up their flow of the game, and that's why Kemba struggled early as much as he did. Jason Tatum still got his, and at the end of the day, you got to let Jason Tatum get his. But Jaylen Brown had an up and down series. He was solid in the other games. But then when he was playing well, they had those shooters. So I think they can give them a formidable matchup. But at the end of the day, the conversations that we had in the group chat, whistle whipping is real.
Right.
It is.
Right.
It's real, man. And at the end of the day, I just feel like that will be too much to overcome. Now, if they make their shots, they'll be right in the game like Denver was those games 3, 4, and 5. They'll be right there, but I just think it'll be too much to overcome. So I'm picking LA.
Hey Jay, when Miami throw that zone on them, and LeBron don't like zones, when Miami and AD is a horrible passer out of the post. When they had that zone, and who was shooting the ball? Because that's the only way you go beat that zone. Who's shooting the ball for LA? You trusting Danny Green, Rondo, Caruso, Kuzma, LeBron? Who you trusting from the three?
So first of all, I don't like you for asking me this question. And you know I hate this dude guts.
Say it, Jay.
1-4. No, 14. You let 14 shoot.
What college did he go to?
Huh? He went down there Chapel Hill, but I don't know his name. He used to play for the Spurs. You let 14 shoot. You let Russo come in and let his little ball spot shine.
Are you aware that Danny Green is shooting 25% from the field since last series, and I think even worse than that from the three?
Yeah, he's been playing horrible.
Yes, I do know that. He's trash. That's what he's supposed to shoot. He's doing what he's supposed. He's been living outside his body for the last 2 years. Everything that you've seen before now, that was the best he'll ever be. And this is Danny Green back to earth. Like, dude, he trash. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised though. I wouldn't be surprised if old Liquor Jr. gets burned in this series.
Liquor Jr.
The Hennessy bottle is coming out.
They gonna need JR in that zone. They're gonna need him. I forgot about JR and I forgot about KCP. He has been hitting his shots. That's a good point. I forgot about JR too, Jay.
JR too worried about Tory Lanez right now.
Nah, I think JR can hit some. I think he can. Yeah, I think this is a JR series right here. This is a JR series because they're gonna be playing zone. Yeah, this is the Lakers did some good moves. I like it. I'm picking the Lakers.
And also, Deion Waiters can get off in this series if need be.
Scores.
That'd be crazy against his old team too.
And don't he get he's eligible for a ring for either team win? And that's funny. It's funny how Giannis' brother made it to the finals before him, and he's not even seen the court.
It's a cool meme, but I don't think he's
not a major attribute. He's not even.
But still, even like the meme. When I saw the meme, I was like, it's cool to point that out, but there's no conclusions that come from it. Like, who cares? Can't make no conclusion from. But look, this is what we're gonna do before we close out. We got our picks in for the finals. This is what we're gonna do. Because I'm trying to foreshort out of this new series we're gonna do called the GOAT series. We tried it before, but we're gonna do it different, right? Woo. So if you're still listening, still watching, right? We're going to
wait. I didn't make my pick.
Who's your pick?
I'm gonna say Heat in 7.
All right.
I like that.
So this is the thing, right? We want to come up with a clear-cut criteria that we're going to use for a GOAT conversation. I don't even want to call it a debate. A clear-cut criteria and then a clear-cut scoring system. So what I want to do for about 10 minutes before we close out is I want to hear all of y'all's criteria, your personal criteria for GOAT, and we'll consider. I guess we'll go back and forth with what we can grab from each and everybody's personal GOAT criteria to put into the man down criteria, and then come up with a grading system. So whoever want to go first, go ahead.
And I think I got this still written down.
I want to add this because I was speaking on it earlier. Staying put. Like I have to put that in there, man. Staying put, not venturing out, not wanting to team up with another, like not having that train of thought that I need to go somewhere else. Like if you're the alpha male, you're gonna come and play here. I'm not coming to your house.
I get that.
I like it.
Criteria too.
That's it. Okay. So are you going first? Who going first? That was your criteria, Cass?
Yeah, that's one of mine. Yes.
That's one of yours. Oh, so since you started, what's your whole thing?
What I already told you, Jordan is he's the GOAT.
What's your criteria?
All right. So that one, of course, accomplishments. We have to take on accomplishments, impact on the game as far as like that generational talent that, like Steph was that guy to say, all right, threes or, I don't know, just it's just something that person helped change the game. All right. I mean, shit, Wilt had so many different game changers is just ridiculous. So stats, not going to, staying there, accomplishments, effect on the game.
So would staying with one team and not going from team to team, are you eliminating names for that, or are you just taxing them?
That's just, how you would have a grading system if we would have to enter like a score from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Obviously, the more you change teams, that lessens your score.
The sale of the year.
Correct. So is a grading criteria. You might have 10s across the board for everything else, which will still put him in a conversation because of other people's might be likings of some of the things that person has.
Okay. All right, Corey. No, that was next. My bad. Go ahead.
All of the things that Cass said, impact on the game, stats, of course, they have to be there. Accomplishments have to be there. I do hold weight to the, not having to team up with anybody else, or or having to leave, to go and chase what they call chase rings nowadays.
Right.
That has impact to me. I'll also say era, and not so much era as far as bigger, faster, stronger era, because I think right now probably they are the most athletes in this.
Don't tell Mel that.
Huh?
Don't tell Mel that. He don't think people get faster, stronger, or whatnot. He don't think that.
Yeah, but I feel like, for example, Wilt, incredible run. He's definitely in the conversation.
Yes.
Oscar Robertson, I feel like he was one of the GOATs before the GOAT conversation really became a thing. But at the same time, those guys played the same teams 10 times every, it just wasn't a variety of teams. So I think they have to get not cut completely off, but severely taxed. I think with the format, I think it's going to my format is going to lean toward the 82 game schedule guys. You get what I'm saying? To where they have to play a series of different people, and go through that gauntlet of 82 games, over and over again to reach, levels. And in those games, championships got to come into play. I feel like once you start to nitpick and you get a group of 5 names, and I'll call it nitpicking because all of these dudes are great. There's no question about the 5 names that a lot of people have in their GOAT conversation. But those guys are great, and they change the game forever. But once you start, nitpicking and naming one, I feel like championships got to come into play. I feel like even down to what your skill set is, like we were talking about earlier, that comes into play. I feel like all those things come into play once we get down. Now, if we have a list of 30, we can just say, okay, who was the best player in this era, the best team, how many championships you won? But like, what did you do for the game? How did you impact the game? What was your skill set like? Was it just a cheat code? Were you able to make other people better? I think a lot of that comes into play. So that's all of the things I think about, especially when I get to those last 5.
And let me ask you a question about the last thing you just said. Were you able to make people better? How do you measure that? Because put it this way, that narrative of making people better has always been tossed around as like this great thing. Now, I'm trying to figure out if MJ made Scotty better, because you got this guy get drafted in who struggled mightily. He was averaging like he was averaging like 1 or 2 points his rookie season. He didn't get on the floor that much. All right. Second year, when he actually started getting on the floor, he still wasn't contributing that much. Right. He was mentally weak, man. He coming out of the game for migraines and stuff like that. And then this dude turns into this Hall of Fame player all of a sudden. Now, when you look at that, that's called making somebody better.
I agree.
But when you go and play with, and I'm talking about LeBron James, I'll be specific. When you go play with a Kyle Korver, with a Kyle Korver who already is a knockdown 3-point shooter. You go play with a James Jones who can shoot threes, a Daniel Gibson that can shoot threes, right? You go play with all these 3-point shooters, and Wade and Ray Allen and Bosh, right? They were good before you even touched them. They were already good. So if I'm a Kyle Korver and all I got to do is stand at the 3-point line and shoot threes, did I get better, or did LeBron get me easier shots? So if we can say it the correct way, LeBron gets his teammates easy shots, but who has he made better? Who came to LeBron trash and then got really good?
Boobie Gibson,
Tristan Thompson,
Williams.
That's what I was gonna say.
No. He got Tristan Thompson easy shots. all Tristan Thompson did was hold on. Tristan Thompson rebounded and got alley-oops. Could he do that before LeBron? Could Boobie Gibson shoot? Could Boobie Gibson shoot before LeBron?
Well, he didn't shoot that much after LeBron.
But because he didn't play with a team who was going to get him easy shot. LeBron got him easy shots. We got to differentiate what making someone better is and getting someone easy.
But ain't
shot
that part of the GOAT conversation though? Like you kind of jumping the gun a little bit.
Okay.
Right, Mel. So Mel, you say making them better while they playing with that individual, or making them better as far as after they play with that individual? Because
what I'm talking about is when you say make someone better, that means that they was at this level and became better at this level. If someone is at this level, right, and when you leave, they still at this level, they didn't get better. You got them easier shots. They was already shooters.
Okay,
but that's what I'm asking you.
I see what you're
saying. I get what you're saying, but we're talking about when you're on the court with this individual. You're literally
you got him easier shots. He didn't get better. He didn't get better as a player. He was still he can knock those shots down if he's wide open anytime. What he did was draw double teams and make a great pass to get you an easy shot. If you get a shooter an easy shot, he's going to knock it down. But if you put Kyle Korver on a team where he got to put the ball on the floor, he's not going to look that good. LeBron is doing all that for you. He's putting the ball on the floor, he's driving, and he's dishing. He's pretty much spoon feeding you the ball, and all you got to do is shoot it. A shooter can do that. A 7-footer that catches the alley-oop because you're drawing a double team can dunk it down, but he's not better. And the proof is when he leaves, if they still can't do it, they didn't get better. When MJ left, Pippen could still ball, but he couldn't ball when he first got to Jordan. That's called making somebody better. So that's my thing.
I got you.
He couldn't play when he first got to Jordan. All right, now
you tell me what's the proof? What's the proof? What's the proof that he could? What's the proof that he could?
No, this dude went to UNC. This dude with the GTCC and got drafted in the first round.
Everybody that's in the league got drafted, Jay. What I'm saying is when you got to the Bulls, were you ready to play on the level that Jordan was ready to play on? No, he wasn't. Averaging 1.7 points, you wasn't ready.
Hold on, because you can't give that to him. Most players, when they get to the league, get better the more time they spend in the league. Like, you
just proved my point. He got better. So who made him better? Who made him better?
You got Jesus.
But you just said it. Yeah, you said he got better. You said you got better. Now, all I'm asking is who was trash and got better when LeBron helped them get better?
Everybody who was trash, they got better.
The whole team was already, it's manufactured already. He's getting pieces of the puzzle that are already proven to be what they are. That's why he goes and gets them.
Right. So that's why you can't say LeBron can't do this, because of he's quote unquote, and I'm gonna call it spade a spade. LeBron wants to win.
Yeah,
so what we had here was a facade. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. We had a premise that said, "Hey, what are you guys growth criteria? I would like to know, because we got this GOAT series coming up." And then we had people building cases for why MJ's the GOAT and not LeBron.
I'm not building. That's what you. I just want to hear the criteria. So let me hear yours, Jay. Let me hear your criteria.
And my criteria is, man, to be the greatest of all time in anything. This criteria transcends basketball. It's for anything. Anything. If you want to be the GOAT of something, number one, you must pass the eye test.
I got the eye test on mine too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Number two, you have to be the greatest at something in that realm. So you can't be the greatest football player of all time if you wasn't the greatest in your position. You know what I'm saying? So if you was the second best in your position, you can't be in the GOAT. That's pretty basic. Next, impact. So impact is kind of broad. Do other people have to prepare for you? Are you like Do other people have to change what they do to make their preparation for you when they play your team? You know what I'm saying? Your impact on and off the court.
Got you.
Is it whatever it is? Whatever it is, what is your impact?
Okay.
Number 3 or number 4, and if you want to be the GOAT, you have to measure, and it's going to sound weird. You have to measure the intangible, unmeasurable things, like the it factor. Does he have it? You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
And that's different than the eye test, because some people can play really good, they just don't got it. You know what I'm saying? In any sport, in any position, or whatever we're talking about. And
a lot
lastly,
of people,
the one thing,
a lot of people feel like that with Andre Johnson.
I'm gonna say that about Kawhi Leonard, about that. Like Kawhi Leonard has but his eye test, like I saw him play in person. He's not a fun person to watch in person. He just wins.
Well, one of the things that you have to measure in this GOAT conversation is, are your fans delusional and your haters not? If your fans are not delusional and your haters are not upset, you don't even get to meet in the GOAT conversation.
All right.
I don't want to know nothing.
That's pretty fun.
Go
Go ahead, Corey. Go ahead. I was trying to give him the Kawhi and a Lamite drop, but go ahead, Corey.
I got talent, of course, talent, ability, and then I have eye test as well, Jay. And then your impact, your accomplishments, and then I have the team that you play for. Like
why?
Because man, like these, like you cannot. And this is just my personal opinion, right? And it don't have to be everybody's opinion. If I can, I feel like anybody can go to these manufactured teams and win championships. I just do.
I agree.
I watch people. I watch people, and I'm talking about LeBron. I watched this dude last year with the Lakers. They weren't that good.
27 and 28.
He manufactured this team the way he wanted it to make this run. And how does that make you a GOAT? Like, if you take that team from last year and you're in the same position this year, like you made them better, you elevated that group of people and made them better.
That goes back to Mel's argument about making people better.
Yes. But no, you went and got the best power forward in the league, arguably the best player in the league, to come with you. Come on, man.
So you saying you taxing him on that?
Hell yes.
I am.
Because his play on the court already gets him in the conversation.
Absolutely.
If you go tax him, I wouldn't tax him, but
I'm a salty Pelicans fan, so
I'm taxing him for that Miami Heat shit and losing to the Mavericks. You getting taxed for that.
When you say Rich Paul, go get this brother for me, bro. We got this. I'm taxing him for that because LeBron James, end all be all, he owns Rich Paul. That is LeBron James agency. I don't care about that's my best friend or end all be all. LeBron James wanted AD in LA and he got it.
And MJ wanted to keep playing with Phil and Mike. I mean Phil and Scotty. I get it's a little different, but when we get to that part, we'll bang out all those specifics on that, and we'll decide whether we taxing people for that at all. So for my criteria, right?
Hold on, man, because I want to hear your criteria, man. But can I rewind to the earlier part of the show? We had a professional athlete come on here and say that the greatest player that he's seen with his eyes was a guy that wouldn't be in our top 10.
True.
Maybe the way that we've been looking, but it's still we're talking about GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the way we've been looking at greatness is different because what he didn't bring up rings, championships, accomplishments, or nothing. That man talked about talent and ability. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, but greatest of all time, like what you, because all those dudes are talented. So what did you do with it on the field? I mean, you can't get GOAT by some, because everybody that's in the conversation, you're gonna have someone that sing them on the field and say that's the best I ever seen. Now he played for a couple of teams,
especially if they're your direct competition.
Right, and you're seeing them at the practice field every day and stuff like that. Yeah, you go see more of him. People that play with LeBron see more of him, and like all of them say, "Oh, he's the MVP," or he's the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think that he's alone with people saying that Josh Gordon is one of the best, or not the best talented player like they've ever seen in their life. I've heard that about Josh Gordon a couple of times.
When you're talking about GOAT, that's a single accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
You guys put so much stock on team accomplishments at single accomplishment. Right. And I don't know if I agree with you, but
every team got a leader though, Jay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
if you're the person that's leading them to that championship.
Yeah, and the leader sits behind a desk with a 3-piece suit on and make
but not in athletics. No, he doesn't. His ass is out there winning.
Yeah, you can't take the only reason why you play the game. You can't take that out of the equation. We play to win. We don't play to accumulate stats.
Wait. Could I give Jay that one thing? No, we just talked about who should be coaching the Clippers. So y'all don't think that a coach
still gotta go execute, man.
No. Corey, I'm with you, brother. We just talking about another criteria. That is it. You don't think that a coach affects that?
Well, I mean, just like your cousin said, though, man, if you take Belichick out of that equation, how good is Brady?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You're about to find that out this year, though.
It looks good so far to me. So here's my criteria, right? First and foremost, the way I do my GOAT criteria is I build a house, and only the GOATs, only the people that's in the conversation can come in the house. Right. Once you get in the house, we sit at the table and then we open your resume. So if you don't get invited inside the house,
you ain't even in the conversation. Gotcha.
Your name is never going to come up during the debate.
These motherfuckers vampires.
Right. So and the reason why I say that is because we would have a GOAT debate.
Vampire inside your house.
We would have a GOAT debate, and then someone would say, okay, rings this, championships this, and then someone would say, well, what about Robert Horry? He's not. We're not even looking at his rings because he's not even in the discussion.
But he has a lot more than people who would. I get what you're saying.
Right. Or we'd be like, okay, well, MJ got 6 rings, and somebody would be like, well, Bill Russell got more rings than him. Is Russell in the conversation? Because last I checked, is 2 centers better than him. So if you're not even the first or second center, if you don't even make second team all time, you can't even make second team. How you in the GOAT combo, right? So for me, what I do is I take the best point guard, the best shooting guard, the best small forward, the best power forward, the best center. Those 5 are automatically inside the house, right? Okay. So then from there, I go with the honorable mentions. Kobe is great, and if it wasn't for Jordan, he would be first team. Larry Bird is great, and if it wasn't for LeBron, he would be first team. Right, so those two
you can argue that too, though.
With small forward, with who?
With LeBron and Larry Bird.
Well, yeah, but I'm giving it to LeBron right now because I think LeBron is he's a more dominant player. Bird is good. He's good.
And Mel, when we the episode when we had my cousin on the show, I actually took his word about Bird because he had Bird as his number 2 or 3, right?
Somewhere up there, yeah.
And when he said that, I was just like, I think on my GOAT list, I'm putting Bird over LeBron,
and that's fair. You can do that, but either way, both of them are still getting in the house to get their resume read.
Yeah,
right. It's the same way we do. It's a cutoff, and if you don't make that cutoff, then you ain't getting looked at. Right. See you next time. Right.
Gotcha.
So I got 7 automatically in there. Now, Kareem was my first team. Oh, I'm sorry, I got 8 in there. Wilt as well. So you got Wilt. That's 8. The only reason why Wilt is not the best center is because Kareem is there. So I got 8 automatically in the house. Is there anybody that I'm missing before I go on my criteria? Is there anybody missing from that 8?
You wouldn't just to put in also Olajuwon.
I mean, because I mean,
I get it.
Listen,
I do.
Right.
Because he's arguably the best 5 ever.
I'm not wasting my time. He can't beat Kareem or Wilt. If you're 3 at your position,
put Shaq ahead.
You could put Shaq ahead of them too.
I got Wilt and Kareem at 5. Okay. That's
your 5.
It's tough, but bro,
this is a tough argument. We tried this before.
But we go get a criteria. Okay, we go get a criteria. So for me,
for you is Wilt, Kareem. That you going too deep at every position. Wilt, Kareem.
First and second team. Can I get? Yeah. So
5 is like the hardest position that you can think about doing that.
Yeah, I think you can go point guard with Oscar behind Magic, right? So if my second team is Oscar, Kobe, Bird, Karl Malone, and Wilt. So I got 10 on my first and second team. Or is there anybody better than the 10 I named?
Man, Isaiah Thomas might be in that point guard race.
For GOAT?
Can you put it
for GOAT?
I'm just saying.
Wait, Mel.
GOAT.
Mel, I thought we all say that Isaiah Thomas is the second best point guard of all time.
Second best point guard by position. I'm talking about GOATs.
Oh, so you have Steph ahead of him?
No, I said Magic and Oscar.
At
point guard.
Oscar?
As for GOAT.
But right now I get you, but wouldn't he fall under that same criteria that you would put Bill Russell because they only played 10 teams constantly?
That's not why I didn't have Bill in there. I don't have Bill in there because it's 2 centers better than him. Like these centers are obviously better than Bill Russell. Bill Russell was the 5th or 4th highest scoring person on his team. He had Havlicek, he had not AC Green, but Casey Jones. Mm-hmm. He had a couple of other guys averaging 18 and above on his team. This dude was averaging most of his years 12 and 13 points. He was just a smart player, a great rebounder, great defender.
Smart defender more than anything.
Right. So if you was to say who was the best player you ever seen play at the center position, it wouldn't be Russell. It'd be Wilt and Kareem.
I agree. All right. See,
right.
I actually listen to you, and I agree with you.
So if you're not even the best I ever seen play, you're not getting there. So boom. So I got my 10 in the house. Well, now that I got my 10, let's open up the books. All right. So from there, what I want to see is what you accomplish, what you did personally as far as your accolades. If I say you're a great defender, I want to see proof that you was a great defender by how many defensive players. Like, I don't take the awards and just count them. I take the narrative. Jordan was a lockdown defender. What's your proof for that? My proof is these numbers, and these awards. Right? Jordan was a great scorer. What's your proof for that? These numbers, these clutch performances, and these awards. Right? Jordan was a great competitor and winner. What's your proof for that? These numbers,
6-0,
and these accomplishments as far as winning, right? So I go out, I check all those things, and I have to verify everything I say about this player with something tangible, right? After I do all that, I'm gonna tally up the points and let the chips fall where they may.
Mel, do you need your CJ said, do you need to be the best scorer on your team to be the GOAT?
You don't have to be, but when you have guys who do check that box and did accomplish more than you, it's gonna be hard for you to beat that guy out. So, say for instance, Magic Johnson wasn't always the best scorer on his team.
I don't think he ever was, right?
Oh, I mean, he had Worthy and Kareem most years. So he wasn't the great, but he was a great winner.
He was a great distributor of the basketball.
Right. It's going to be hard to beat. It's going to be hard for Magic to beat out somebody like LeBron who did what he did and scored.
Right.
So it's go like LeBron passed Magic.
That's a point guard.
LeBron passed Magic in a lot of ways for me. Except the results as far as winning. But that's circumstantial because Magic played with Kareem for at least one or two of those championships.
Worthy was always there.
Worthy was always there too. Yeah, I mean, same with LeBron. LeBron didn't never win without a great sidekick as well, a sidekick or two. But LeBron was the man on his team. He led those teams undoubtedly. So he passed Magic for me 2-3 years ago.
Okay. I'm really not mad at that.
No, I actually understand what you're saying, Mel. See how you actually talk to me about it, talking down to me about it, Mel. See what I'm saying?
Man, I'm try to. Yeah, CJ. But AD, LeBron's still putting up 24 a game. He's purposely taking a step back to try to turn AD into something. He's trying to unlock something in AD that was missing from AD. He's unlocking something.
I don't buy it.
Yo, Mel.
I don't buy it.
No, bro. I seen AD playing person too many times to say that AD been having this in his repertoire since
he did. He did, but he would disappear sometimes.
Right.
That was all mental.
It is.
LeBron is forcing him to. He's doing what Michael Jordan did to Pippen. He's forcing AD.
Is this what D Wade did year 2 in Miami for LeBron?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what Pat Riley and D Wade did for LeBron.
Okay.
Yes, and he's returning the favor and doing it to AD.
Doing it to AD.
Yeah, LeBron already said I came over here to learn. I had to learn how to win. He already said that about Miami and D Wade, and it shows. But now he's doing it for
other
AD.
people.
Yeah, I got to give him credit there. So when people say AD is leading this, and this, Scottie Pippen had times where he led in this, and this, but that don't mean anything. We know it's LeBron's team.
I got you. That makes sense to me.
All right. So what y'all think about my criteria? Is it something that we can adopt with saying, let's build this house, let's invite only people that ain't gonna waste our time, and
I'm not inviting Oscar Robertson to my house. I can tell you that.
Okay, and that can be debated as well. Who would you invite for the
Isaiah Thomas?
Isaiah. Okay.
Yes. Right. Shit, I invite stuff over Oscar. Mel, I listen when you talk, and when we have our own personal discussions about some of the things that you were just saying. I understand your psyche about Bill Russell, and I agree. Like I was not a believer in Mel's philosophy, but I am. You know how the church song, I was lost. I will find, but now I see. Mel, like honestly, I wouldn't talk too much about Bill Russell, in the GOAT talk, just because of some of the things that you did name. But that's the same thing I'm gonna say about Oscar. Oscar was playing with dudes who didn't know how to dribble with their left hand. Like, no. Matter of fact, he shot with one hand. So no, he's not
I think Oscar only get in there based on what he did for history. And
one versus one. Who win? Oscar Robertson or Isaiah Thomas?
I mean, I'm just trying to make sure. It's the same reason why we want to put Russell in the conversation, because we really want to pay homage for what they did for history.
But Isaiah, Isaiah not afraid of nobody.
Isaiah probably better than Oscar. He's just smaller.
I think basketball player wise, I would probably pick Zeke over Oscar.
Yeah, but GOAT come with a aura and a stat. It comes with a whole.
Jay,
go ahead, Jay. You've been waiting.
Face.
When Jay making that face, I just want to hear him say something.
Go ahead, Jay.
I was saying something wrong.
Nah, man. Listen, you guys are so insightful, man. I'm proud because I didn't hit championship rings, and I'm really proud, man.
That's accomplishments.
Because
that's accomplishments.
So what you guys don't understand, man, is I believe in you guys, and I believe that you can make your arguments for this individual that you clearly want to crown the GOAT, but I'm not going to accept any lazy arguments. That's all it is for me. And here's a spoiler alert. I agree, but I'm going to make a case so strong for other people but just because I want your case to be ironclad. And, and most of these
that don't make sense. That don't make sense. Right now, we're just trying to bring out. That don't make sense, Jay. Why would you do that?
Make it interesting, Mel.
No, you can't make an argument for somebody who's not in the conversation, though.
Oh no, I don't, Jay. I don't think you was saying that. I think Jay was saying he's just gonna pick a different person that's in the house.
Okay. Any person that I'll make an argument for will be in the house already. And listen, Melvin, you know me real quick. Who's my all-time favorite player?
David Robinson.
David Robinson.
I think everybody know that one.
I'm so David Robinson being the GOAT. Hey, listen, he's the best dude that ever came from the Naval Academy, but we're not talking about the GOAT from the Naval Academy. So that's a waste of time.
So everybody liked the house idea. So what are we picking from everybody's criteria?
I think our criteria aren't that far off.
Nah, I think it's semantic. We're just using different wording. That's about it. Everybody just have their different wording about, when Jay said the eye test. I think that's Barber. I think that's common sense. Like, we're not up here and he's about to get some more at Brian Scalabrine. We don't look at him and say we don't say that there's anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that pass the eye test though. What are we cutting it off at?
I mean, because T-Mac passed the eye test. T-Mac I think T-Mac,
and then that's when you start to go into the certain accomplishments and what they've done with their career.
But we can't go to accomplishments yet because it's premature to start going to accomplishments because it's guys that got.
This is what I mean by the eye test. T-Mac doesn't pass the eye test.
T-Mac scored like 9 points.
He doesn't pass the eye test. Man, I don't get. Jay Will did that at Duke. I don't care about that. That doesn't matter. Listen. The eye test is this: who's the greatest player you've seen with your eyes? That's the eye test.
There you go. Go. And if
I agree with you 100%, Jay.
Wait. From the Pelicans games that I went to in I'm gonna look directly in my camera, and I'm gonna say this into my mic: the best player, and I say this after the game when I saw him play with my own two eyes.
I remember you said this. I know what you're about to say.
Porzingis was the best player I've ever seen in real life. No lie. I am not shitting you.
But guess who the best player? Guess who the best player I've ever seen in real life?
No, wait. It's not. Wait, Mel. You can have the mic. You can have the mic.
All right.
It's just how this dude play the game and how he actually look in person. It's a different experience when you're sitting there in the seats. I sat in row 17 in section 423.
Gotcha.
Bro, that he's the best. Is him and Luka was just like on a different level when I saw them play. Like, Luka was actually having fun with the fans, and he was in our city. When I saw Kawhi play in person, I was like, this nigga like a regular nigga at the gym. Like, he don't look too special. He's like kind of technical, like, aspect. He did not pass my eye test, but he did drop a smooth 36 on us that night. But that's it.
So when you talking about seeing people with your own two eyes, we're not talking about live, because the best person I've seen live with my own two eyes is Ricky Davis, because I'm from North Carolina and I can only get to a Charlotte game.
Understood.
The best person Zoe probably seen with his eyes was Dominique Wilkins, but we're not gonna waste our time and say that's the best I've ever seen live.
No,
and bring them in the conversation.
You gotta be invited to the house first.
Right. No, so I think we accept that criteria, except for Axel Robinson.
If you're a person that's probably 60 years old, you might get Dr. J.
You might.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a factual statement.
It is.
Yeah. You might get Moses Malone. World be free.
Yeah. No, Moses Malone. That's why I was like, center is actually a hard conversation to have.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when the game revolved around that 4
right. And you hear him repeatedly, like you gotta at least listen. Like, I would listen to a J argument about
I would too.
The GOAT.
I would too.
I wouldn't listen to a Porzingis argument about being the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I get the question answer. I get what you were saying. Yeah. I was just joshing with you right there. So, but what I'm saying is that eye test is like you had to be almost like the best of an era to even be the GOAT.
Right, you do. You do that.
I'm with that too.
I will 1000% agree. And you know how we talk about who passed the torch? I think that should ultimately be one of the criteria. It has to be one of the individuals that held.
That's a good point, man. What did you own the era? Did you own the era? And and that's another thing we can put into the scoring sheet because we see that Magic and Bird kind of share the era. We see that
Kobe
Kobe, Duncan kind of share the era with Shaq as well. And then Kobe, LeBron, Steph, and KD kind of share the era as well. But nobody shared the era with MJ. Ain't nobody shared no era with MJ.
When MJ stepped out, Elijah won those.
Yeah, but that's not called.
That's because he went to play baseball.
That's called when the cat's away, the mice will play. When the cat's away,
if I'm the best player in the room and I'm not at the gym that day, you might have it.
But when I walk my ass back in the gym,
in church league, huh?
Yeah. Ain't nobody share that gym with MJ.
If you didn't share an era, you might be the GOAT. Everybody else we just said share the era. If you had your own era, you might be the GOAT.
Just saying.
That's a good point.
Just saying.
That's a good point.
Hey, little nose.
Tonight on the East Coast, man.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and end this bad boy. This should be fun when we actually get this criteria down and start banging this thing out. No homo, but yeah, man. Like, subscribe, share the content. You know that all that good stuff. Man.
Mikey Alvarez talking about DK Metcalf.
And he go come in, Johnny, all late. He probably was watching the debate, which I'm gonna go finish watching some of it. But,
I'm gonna go watch it too.
Thank y'all for joining us, man. We'll be back here next Tuesday. Peace.
Love y'all.